fucking hold on, this has gone way too far. Why would I leave my house if I got all this shit outside? I might as well do it in here. And then you'll get to the point like COVID where you're like, fuck, I need to.
Look what we got in the building, bitches. Let's fucking go. I almost said the M word again. Let's go, baby. Welcome back to episode 95 of the FireCast. We're joined here by our partners, the Safe Boys. Jezza, Mitty, what's going on?
Still, brother. How you feeling?
Very good. Mitty, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yes.
We're running off one mic, so let's see how that
yes.
goes.
Unfortunately, with these roadcasters, I'm sure in the future they will build some with 6 ports, but they've only got 4. So the Safe Boys are sharing a mic for now, and DZ is then also going to duck off a little bit early. So DZ, if you wanted to sort of start us off, explain what's happened with you, how's your week been, and then Mitty will then jump in and take DZ's spot.
Yeah, I'm bouncing early, just shit, But so. Been good, man. Life's good. TJM Records in the building. Salud, boys. Let's have a little cheers.
Yes, sir,
salud,
baby.
Salud,
Do the pitbull thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you for coming. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know Safe Boys podcast, check them out if you haven't. What are you doing? They're part of TJM Records. And I love, by the way, I've been meaning to tell you, in your show, how you do the little ad break in the middle and you say Safe Boys is part of it. Like, that shit's cool, man. But, yeah, it's great to have you guys on. Jez has been on before. Mitty's never been on before. So good to have you. I've been good, man. I just had a funny story you guys I think will like, especially you, Jez. I feel like you'd like this one. So on the weekend, it was Holloway's birthday. Good friend of mine. So we went up to the Central Coast where he lives and we did a pub crawl up there. Some beautiful pubs up there, man, like on the water. Fucking amazing. Anyway, we're at the first pub. And me, my mate, and Pierce, Nathan and Pierce were trying to get all the boys to put $10 on a horse, right?
Yeah.
100, so we could put $100 on a horse, right?
As you do.
And then everyone, like boys do, they're all fucking around, whatever. And Holloway goes up to the screen and goes, this one, that's the one. The horse was named The Gift. And it was his birthday, so we let him choose a gift. Ooh. It's paying $15, all right, the gift. And then we're trying to get the boys the money. No one's doing it. So we're like, fuck it. Pierce puts a $10 bet on. I'm like, all right, I put a $10 bet on too. So watching the race starts, right? Boom, they're at the gate. He's a bit at the back of the pack. He runs up, like, it's a pretty long race. I think it's one of the longer ones. And then towards the end, they're neck and neck. It's number 8 and this guy. We're like, go. We're all screaming. All the boys are going, go, go. It was the best feeling ever. We're all screaming. We're going, yeah, let's go. And then he just pulls ahead and he wins. Right? And we're screaming, we're cheering, we're cheering. We didn't put $100 on, but we're all cheering because we thought Pierce and I, we put a bet on. Pierce opens his bet, fucking hectic, like, $150, right? I open my bet slip, and it's still sitting in there. I didn't click bet.
You didn't click confirm bet.
But I actually didn't even feel bad about it, because, like, it was only $150, right?
Yeah.
But it was still such a good feeling.
Drinker,
Yeah.
What?
You can tell you're not a big drinker. $150 at the pub is fucking.
Oh, we just got there. We just got there. But I'm a decent gambler. So when I normally bet on the horses, I normally at least put 50. And I've had payouts of like over $1,000 from winning $50 on a horse, paying fucking $10, $15. So I wasn't that cut, but it was still a good feeling. We're all standing there screaming, going, and like Pierce won at least. So like it still felt good. Like I wasn't even the type of way. It was funny, but I was just like fucking. It's such a good feeling, that atmosphere. There was like 15 of us standing in front of the TV. It was such a cool thing, man. It was cool that Holloway, the first horse, it was his birthday, the gift, that one, and it full one. So
yeah, that's very rare that the stars align like that. Like mine, I went to the Gold Slipper once, and one horse was literally named Joey's Destiny, and I went, whoa. and I go, are you kidding? I'm like, that's me right there, right? Like hand on heart, and then it was coming second. And this is how you know your horse is probably most likely not going to win. If it's trailing good the first half of the race, it's almost like you're excited. You're like, yes, and then you realise you're like, the reason why there's horses last, other than obviously the others are faster, some horses are just more long distance runners, like they're not really quick off the mark. But then always the first or second, there's only very rare races that I've watched anyway, that where the guy coming the horse coming first or second wins.
Stays first.
So my one came second, and all of a sudden, by the end of it, it came like third, fourth, last or something. And I went from like cheering to like quiet. I'm like, this is my destiny. Just lost.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend, man. It was good to
That's
see
good,
those
man.
boys, man, catching up and everything.
Was it a big one? Did you stay late? Was it?
Not for me, not really. It was, a medium-sized one, I think. Like, pub crawl.
Yeah,
We got
nice.
Pretty, drank a fair bit.
Yeah,
it was
right.
fun, man. A good time, man. You guys, what's going on? Any news?
Yeah, I mean, well, what I wanted to sort of kick off with Jezza and Mitty. So, Jezza, you kind of take us away a little bit, kind of steer the direction of this convo. You guys are now finally fully back. Momentum is kicking off again. How does it feel? The content's good. It's funny. We love it. How are you feeling, boys? What's the ideas? What's the plan for 2024?
Well, bro, so when we stopped, man, it was such like we drained the fun out of it. Really, like it was such a fucking thing of where like we turned it into a job. Like your setup's hectic, where it's genuine. Where we tried to fucking do that in 6 months.
Yeah,
and then we're
of
getting to a point where, like we're traveling. Me and Mitch were setting up. Mitch was losing a full day editing. I was going to Europe, so it would have been them two for ages, and then we're just like, fuck it, we'll stop. So, and we weren't sure for a while to bring it back. And then I just hit up Mitty one day. I said, bro, let's do it. You and me. Let's stop trying to get other people. Let's just go full authentic. And it's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Like we just do 40 minutes now. I even do the editing now because it's all just fucking audio. So it's just so nice and authentic now. And like, it's honestly just me hanging out with Mitch again.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to make it like he's an employee to a job that I'm not paying him. So how do you feel, Mitty? Tell us what you reckon.
It was one of those things where everything just stars aligned for us to stop. Where Jezza went to Europe, which he enjoyed, which is great to hear, except for Greece.
Sorry.
I didn't know if he was reaching for the vape on my crotch. So
The look he just gave
I had to
me.
give him the chance. I'm like the vape or the dick. Well, I'll give you a choice. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
I was not trying to grab you. Well, maybe not, yeah. Sorry,
Maybe
keep going.
No, so it was one of those things where everything just aligned, and at the end, it was one of those points of burnout of me sitting in a room watching. At one point, we had 4.5 hours worth of video.
Yeah, right.
And I would sit through 4.5 hours close to 2 or 3 times over and over again to cut sections out and modify it so it would fit in the hour and a half that we were doing. So we ended up bringing back the afternoon detention, which was a 40-minute episode from the get-go. I started like one off on your back.
Yeah, we tried to start the afternoon detention when we're doing it because I wanted to bring Mitch in because at the end of the day, it's mine and Mitch's baby from the start. And I wanted to be like, no, I don't want Mitch to sit behind the computer all the time. I want Mitch to enjoy the podcasting as well. So we tried to do that, but then it became too much to do 2 pods. So we decided to bring back the afternoon detention. So it's like a full rebrand of like, first project is done.
Yeah,
That first project's not coming back. It's a whole new project for us.
Yeah, right.
So we see it as a completely fresh start.
Yeah, right. No, it honestly, it's like even when the first episode you guys come back, me and you were talking, and I was like, man, fuck, like even Mitty, you just sound like a complete different guy behind the mic.
Oh, he's matured fuckloads, man. Like fuckloads. Like the confidence on him now compared to a year ago is so much more different. I don't know what you've done, man. Have you fucking had a few roots between them?
Yeah, he's lost his virginity.
But yeah, like
Experience.
like before that, I was like trying to give Mitty tips each week on like how to conduct a podcast. So now it's just like we just got to make sure we don't have so much dead air. That's all we talk about is like, oh, I cut out 40 seconds this week. I've cut out a minute. That's all we talk about. And it's nothing about what his conversation is or how he conducts his like sentences and stuff. So it's just back to having fun, really.
You can hear the fun, like you can literally like. I remember when I listened to your first episode, and then you asked for our opinion on it, and you sounded a bit like self-conscious. I'm like, bro, like it was fucking not tops, man.
Yeah, that's
like
what I said,
you can hear the fun, like you guys are just enjoying it, man. Like you guys do a really good job, bro. Like especially that afternoon detention format, I think it suits you guys heaps well.
It's one of those things that me and Jezza haven't actually hung out for 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. Prior to it also where we usually hang out every week. It's one of those things that we enjoy, but when it was a pod, it was one of those things where we were actually dreading going to do it because we were like, oh fuck.
Yeah, right.
That's 8 hours, 12 hours worth of work.
Of work. Yeah,
Just
right.
instead of oh, fuck it, let's go have a drink with a mate.
Plus, there's like Mitch is doing an hour set up, an hour pack up. I'm doing a week's worth of trying to think of like
Ideas and
ideas. Like
shit, yeah.
Dylan would face a fair bit of burnout too. Like he ran out of ideas. So I'm like, fuck, I need to think of an hour and a half of shit to talk about, and hopefully he responds.
Yeah, right.
Which is it's just how it come to the end. But now it's just like we just like 40 minutes. We just catch up for a beer. Once we press record, we just honestly kick our feet up. We still run a little run sheet, just a little thing. But we just fucking don't care now.
Yeah. No, it's honestly, boys, it sounds fucking good. So I'll put the descriptions in that, of course, in the video and the links below and all that. So let's go to you, Mr. Joey K. What's been going on this week? Have you been wrestling any alligators, chasing possums? What the hell's been going on with you? Because every time you come here, you've got some wacky shit that has happened to you.
No, well, this week, bro, nothing. So this week's been a quiet week. I mean, it is only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. So talk to me. Yeah, maybe next episode something happened. But my life is just, my life is like one lifelong sitcom, bro. There's always something. Some episodes might be a bit of a drag, and then other episodes are like, oh, that's actually what the fuck. Like, yeah, nothing much happening, bro. Just work. Fucking, I'm just getting real excited with like the podcast and everything. Like, but I'm just trying not to get too wrapped up in the little things that don't really matter. Like the structure matters of a podcast, but sometimes I feel like I overanalyze certain situations. That's like a lot of things in life in general. But I think it's good to have a bit of that, but just not too much to the point where it doesn't sound fake. Like I was talking to you, DZ, and like you guys, and we want to stay authentic while still keeping like a nice professional flow. And like, but like the more you spend time on thinking about that, you're probably going to fucking self-sabotage.
Yeah, that's how you suck the fun out too. If you do too much, man.
Don't think, just do.
Yeah. To a certain extent.
I like what you brought up, Joey, because I think you are right. Because I never really thought about it until you mentioned it, that we should have at least a rough outline of, because we bounce all over the shop, man.
And that's obviously,
you know what I mean?
that's like we all do, right? But like a lot of the catalyst is either Iggy with his preposterous takes or like controversial.
Yes,
controversial, that's the word. Or like
can't be cancelled, by the way. Can't be cancelled.
When my ADD is ADDing and I'm going off the wall, and then DZ is like the anchor that like still has a laugh, but he keeps us from like total, you know.
Well, look, it was good because I got an email from my manager. Shout out to Tori. Our manager is Joey's partner, and she's a big fan. And she said, man, she sent me kind of like a rough like run sheet. Kind of, I feel like, what does your run sheet look like? Is it just dot points, or do you have it kind of?
During the old pod, we used to actually have like a time limit on what we do on each. So we could plan out to about an hour 10 to an hour 30. But now, honestly, it is like we pick 4 dot points. So 3 definites and then 1 throwaway, just depending on how we go. Like last episode, the one we just recorded on Monday, I had a fair bit of time where I've just flown on shit that I wanted to talk about during the pod. So we cut off a whole segment.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think you really need to do it 100% because you never really worry about time.
Yeah.
See, the reason that I've ever done it is just to keep track of time so I don't end up having a fucking Joe Rogan of absolute bullshit talk. Where we try to keep to like 40 minutes to 50 minutes. So we want to make sure we're getting that quick, snappy pod going. So yeah, if I was the user, I'd be doing it like real basic shit.
Yeah. It will be.
Because most of the funny shit that pops off is like literally like off the cuff, or not off the cuff, but it's just like,
that's the other reason too that I think you shouldn't really do it, is because some of the best content you got is when he fucking goes off and just rants.
Yeah.
When Joey goes 20 minutes, I'm like, you know when you get like a movie in English class and you're like glued to the TV? I'm glued to my AirPod going, fuck, Joey's making so much sense right now. This is the funniest story I've ever fucking heard.
Do you ever have sometimes where you think you're making sense and then you're like, oh, wow, I'm just being a full dickhead? But it's just like, that's pretty often. For comedic purposes, it fucking serves its purpose, but yeah.
There's a reason why Jezza was at work at like 12 o'clock the other night. It was probably because he was glued to you.
The podcast.
Like, you can ask DZ, the amount of times I said to DZ, you need to just fuel Joey to just spill shit. Yeah. Because it is fucking 20 minutes of content and it is all great.
Yeah, I remember I did a solo podcast once when we were about to go to Europe.
That was good.
And it was honestly like an hour, just over an hour, and it was just me just fucking. But obviously, you have to come more prepared when you go by yourself. You can't off the cuff by yourself. You can to a certain extent, but I had points, like notes. But most of that within those notes, I just rambled for it. But I don't know, once I get on a tangent,
I
bro.
think all on that one, all you needed was just DZ, or like even DZ probably the best one to sit there, of just like putting in a sentence in the middle for a little bit to keep you like thinking fresh while you're saying.
I remember I started singing Ave Maria, and this guy's mixing and mastering in the same room, and all of a sudden he starts turning to me while I'm singing, and he doesn't know the context, but he just starts cracking up.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
I love it, bro. It's a good reason to come here, like have good times with the lads, and almost approaching 100, bro. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one, man.
yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. I was looking at some podcast stats. Who would have thought our fucking listener base is 70% women?
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that not unreal or what? Who would have thought?
It's because of Joey.
70, like,
It's because of Joey.
the
That
ladies.
beard is magnificent.
But I literally don't know why. Like, I'm literally puzzled. 70%. I don't know if I believe it, because Iggy made a good point. Some people fuck around and say I'm female, like
On their
I
profiles and shit.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't, unless I'd pick non-binary if I was going to fuck with
on
it.
Spotify, we got a couple non-binaries and others too, though. So it's like,
So,
how many are
I
really?
don't know if I don't know if I believe that it's 70% women,
It's
but
not a fucking Xbox Live account, bro. What do you need to lie about? Like,
Well,
the only
that's-
person that's seen it is fucking Spotify.
Yeah, but maybe they didn't even click. Like, they just,
Yeah.
I don't remember ever clicking if I'm a male or anything.
yes. Female, yes.
yeah.
When do you click it? I've never said if what I am.
Yeah, neither have I.
So,
but a lot of things do have it in settings where you can actually change it, and it's just like, it's weird as shit.
Now, you know what it is? You know how you go into an app and it says allow access to photos? It goes through whatever your most nudes are. So it's just blokes with just pictures of pussies on it.
fuck
so this must be a woman.
So yeah, and also the most listeners we've had concurrent before is 205, which is fucking insane.
Concurrent.
Yeah,
was
so
that
that's
at
the most.
same time?
That's the most we've ever had. 205.
Wow, that's fucking amazing.
Individual people too. It literally says in the little information. Because at first I was like, hold on a second, is that just like 200 of like a group of the same people sort of clicking on and off? But it said no, individual listeners. I was
on
like,
one episode
holy
or-
fuck, yeah, one episode.
Fuck it
I
up.
was like, holy shit.
It's crazy, yeah.
it's-
Yeah, it's doing good, man.
So we're doing okay, man. And the thing is, we got to keep having fun.
Yeah.
The second
Yeah.
it gets to that stage of like burnout, that's when everything just comes
Crumbles.
crumbling down, bro.
That's why I think we got the benefit of time with this show, unlike you were saying before with you guys. But I think for us, if we were doing a structure, it wouldn't be so much what we're saying, but when we say it. So
Yeah.
like, if it's
Yeah.
a point about world politics in the world, our little dot points, we'll do those all in one section.
Yeah,
Instead
okay.
of bouncing from your point
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this to his point
Yeah,
about this
yeah.
to my point. You know what I mean? But yeah, we never really started this with time in mind, eh? We just straight off the bat, we're like, fuck it, we'll go as long as we go.
Yeah,
you know?
because I'm a big fan of the pods that go for like over an hour and a half. I
you do
love
them in chunks, man.
Yeah, I love them. Like you drive to work, listen to the first 20 minutes, go to work, then you're at the gym or hectic. Or when I love listening to these guys is when every morning, so the morning after, what days do you guys release?
Thursday at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Thursday, 6 in the morning. Okay, so it's usually around the Monday morning when I start my full fresh week where I'm doing like my responding to emails, my journals, all that kind of stuff. That's when I'm listening to these guys. And it's the best, bro, because I've got my coffee. It's like 7 a.m. I listen to it and I can munch it out, and then I'm ready to go for the day, and I'm done the Safe Boys and stuff like that. And then I'll listen to here and there little other random shit that I'm listening to. But that's for me. So that's why I'm a big fan of those long ones, because then, you know, gym, driving, fucking walking the dog. I just love it, man. I think it's fucking sick. How did you advice for burnout? How'd you deal with that? Was that really just more having a break until you were just ready, or were you like? Because you were itching at one point. Because me and you would be messaging you like, bro, fuck, I just want to get the momentum going again.
Yeah. Well, the point I was itching was where I was like so close to moving out. So I was like, fuck, I'm unsure about what's going on. So I was like, man, I really want to get it back. Like once I got back from Europe, because I had so much to talk about, I was like, man, I really want to get back into it. But yeah, the burnout before that, like I was actually fully considering fucking selling the Roadcaster.
Wow.
I was like,
shit.
plus it was like we had to get the stuff off deal, and I was procrastinating there. And I was like, fuck, man, this is so much effort to get this thing back going again.
Yeah, right.
So it took going to Europe to refresh. I think Europe helped with work burnout as well. So I think I was like everything just joined into one. Of
100%.
like I got injured twice in soccer that year. Fucking work was hectic. Money was tight and shit like that. So then going to Europe and then coming back, I think I was just like in a fresh mood to come back. So
100%. And then what about you, Minnie? Were you kind of just bouncing off his energy, or were you also kind of like, fuck? Like,
it was one of those things where I was actually pressing a bit of the energy in from me into him, where
yeah, right.
my burnout was coming, and I'm like, mate, at one point I'm just like, cut here, cut there, put it together, send it out.
Yeah,
I
right.
wasn't at the last 3 or 4 episodes. You can probably tell there's probably 2 cuts. The audio is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's probably good, but it's only done from the roadcaster or the camera. And with the amount of setup that we had enough backups to cover our ass. Because the amount of technical difficulties that we had from all that setup, that killed us also. Where we had...
There's one episode we filmed, bro. It was like a fucking hour and a half, and the only audio that picked up was the fucking camera.
Oh, that's the worst when that happens.
And it like this is like when me and Mitch were already talking about like oh man, I don't know, like I don't know if this is working. And then that happened, and I was like, fuck, man. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
It wasn't even the camera that had the roadcaster plugged into it either. That one failed.
Yeah, right.
So because we had 2 cameras, we had the GoPro footage with a camera it was 6 to 8 feet away, picking up audio from Jezza and Dill. Dill was always a quieter talker.
Yeah.
And myself, which I know I'm not a quiet.
Plus, it had all the echo of the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, after the burnout and stuff, it was Mitch is actually the catalyst for it coming back.
Yeah,
So I was
right.
itching because Mitch was always asking like, oh, how you feeling, bro? Like, hey, how you thinking about it? And I was like, oh man, look, I'm focused on Europe. I'm doing this. I'm focused on work.
Yeah, right.
And then like Mitch kept talking to me after I got back to Europe, and like he was just even talking like normally, and that was making me go, fuck, we need to bring this back. It needs to come back, man.
Fucking go. See, guys, that was the universe testing you motherfuckers, trying to get you motherfuckers to throw the towel in. You can't fucking throw the towel in, man. You can't, no matter what the fuck it is you're doing. It's all right to have a break sometimes, but you just cannot throw that towel in, bro, no matter what.
I know we threw the towel in and it threw itself back at us.
Yeah, it sounds like you grabbed the towel and you were like this in front of Jezza like a bull with the red flag and just throwing it at the cunt, and he's like, okay, yeah,
That's fucking...
But yeah, I'm in Iggy's corner half the time, and then I'm like, oh, but then I can also see Dylan. Yeah. I hop the fence. If you haven't noticed by now, I hop the fence. So we'll like, for example, we'll be, doing Indian accents halfway through, and we'll go off on a tangent, and then being full politically incorrect, right? With what we're saying. And we just, because it's like, fuck it, right? And then DZ will always be like, all right, so back to reality here.
Bring you back to where we actually got to be.
Yeah.
Fuck, we should have recorded that. That was nice.
That was hilarious.
So, DZ has now left the building, everyone.
How'd you find the Bacardi, by the way?
Yes, what are we drinking, Mitty? Give us a bloody little
So this
rundown.
is Bacardi spiced rum and Coke.
I
like that better than
Safe Boys
better
rate
than the house whiskey I had before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Give us a sip. Give us a sip
Let's
so we can
try it.
Safe Boys rate
It's
it.
it's
Let's
like
rate it.
it's in the same family for me as Southern Comfort, Captain Morgan ish.
So it is, actually. So Captain Morgan, Sailor Jerry's, and this are all vanilla spiced rum. He's going
okay.
for a second sip.
Yep. Same family.
Yeah, same
Ooh,
family.
All right,
good
so
is it?
out of 5, no half numbers.
I'll explain.
Wait, ready?
I'm giving that a 3 because it's not my cup of tea, but it is nice.
I'm giving that like a 4.5,
that's
5.
this is a
so
5.
5. I always go every time. Every time Iggy goes, no half numbers, my brain automatically.
Half number,
It's like it goes like, just do the thing he didn't ask you to do. You know?
The reason we don't do half numbers is because if you did 5.5, you might as well do it out of 10.
Yes.
Then if you're doing 10.5, you might as well do it out of
like
fucking
fucking
100.
Yeah, no.
So we
I'll-
do 5.
I'll give that a 4 just because there's always a better. Is it? I don't know.
Is there always
there?
a better?
I don't know. Okay, 5.
There is
A
actually.
bag.
That's what I mean. From what I've tasted in this family, it's a 5.
That's fair. This is my 5.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
my favourite thing to drink.
That's a 4 for me, man.
That's the thing with
That's
ranking
fair.
That's
with rankings. It's like with anything in life.
It's
you know,
opinion.
It's fucking opinion. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nice. So what is that vanilla spiced rum you said?
Yeah, so it's
Bacardi.
vanilla spiced rum, Bacardi spiced rum, or it used to be called Oak Heart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't
So-
make Oak Heart anymore, so...
See, okay, hold on a second, right? So I've got a bone to pick with you two.
Yes?
So you're drinking spiced rum and you said you'd rather be a ninja over a fucking pirate. That's a fucking pirate's
Yeah.
drink.
That is fair.
Ninjas
That's
are
a pirate's
You
life
said
for
ninja,
me.
didn't you?
I did...
ninjas are gay, cowboys are gay.
Why
No,
are they
they're not,
gay?
Bro, they are
No,
gay.
they're not. No, they're not. They're not gay.
Okay.
They are gay. You said ninja, didn't you? Or
Yeah, but Brokeback Mountain is gay. Is a gay movie, and they're cowboys. So automatically, I'd go, I want to be a ninja.
We went to Dom's, okay? We're already fucking gay.
We were
Hey, I'm a Forest
reenacting.
boy, so
Yeah.
That's even gayer. I wouldn't fucking say that on a podcast, bro.
okay.
Tell me how many Nathan Cleary's you have made. Exactly.
Okay, so Joel, we just
how far do we go back though?
I said Nathan Cleary. There's only one, bro.
So Joel, we haven't spoke about this off air yet. So we're kind of talking about kind of just naming the little segments and stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about how would you sort of explain to me how you would go about it.
So I think DZ thought, I wish we spoke when he was here about it, but I think DZ thought I was trying to make it a game show where you're obvious going, hey, and now let's go into the FireCast. I agree. You shouldn't name, DZ had a point. We shouldn't name the segment that you're doing just points or news reports on or whatever. You should just do, for example, red flags, right? You can do a red flag segment and you can call it red flag alert or something or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like that's a dumb name for it, but like I forgot all the points I
So
wrote
I'm
down.
going to come in and DZ's like thought process. I think a little bit is when you start naming your segments, you create a hole in the thing that you've got to fit to that segment. Whereas what you want to do is you want to flow on.
But you can still flow on and be like, hey, I think it's time for you reckon it's time for. All I'm saying is naming it, not going like you're talking, right? Because I think that's better than saying, oh, has anyone got a point? Like, as in, you should just be like, oh yeah, hey, when you finish talking about something, just be like, hey, have you heard of? Instead of going, do you have a point? Be like, yeah, it's just time to get, like, you reckon we can get into the, I don't know,
Well,
this.
what we do, right? So we we have our little Discord that we probably don't touch. We got like a fan bit there, but then we got all our private chats where, especially like on our news segment, we send each other the article as soon as we find it. So the other person, like, you can read it, but we know that that's going to be added into the news segment. I reckon that wouldn't be bad if you even, like, the hard thing is you don't pick one day to record, right? You just record whenever. But say you put forward, say, like, you want to talk, you're like, oi, I've got a junkie story. And you make a Joey story segment. And I reckon it's cool even making segments because I like ones that do have segments because you can make little fucking bites for them. That thing has a soundboard on it.
And not just that.
Has a fucking soundboard. You can just go and guess what? It's Joey's story time. And then you go, so this time on the train, I got wanked off by a junkie.
But like that's where the editing comes in as well. But it's like I still feel like it'll get the viewers and the listeners they'll get them familiar with the segments and then be like, oh yeah, it's time. Oh yeah, this segment, and they can fast forward if we have it in the same order every episode or similar orders. Like
Well, you don't even have to have the same segments each time. So you could honestly be like, if you have a story, you got that one. And so you're going to talk like a politics sort of one, you have that. Or you can have DZ's Project Bluebeam. There's he's fucking tinfoil hat shit.
Yeah.
Like you can just name the segments around the type of story and just like categorize them.
Yeah.
So I reckon it would work that way where you just make it like, as you said, because there's points where you go to dead air of like, has anyone got something else to say?
And that's what I mean. You can easily fill it in, but that's practice. I know we've been doing it.
It creates the flow, but creates the
we
flow.
have been doing it for a little while now, but all this it takes practice in terms of like we've been doing it for a while, but some people have been doing podcasts, the ones that have been going for years, right? Yeah, they're always flow. Their flow is bad and our flow is good as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to look at things that we can do better. I'm not saying we're doing shit. This isn't me trying to say, hey, we need to fix something. I just want the continual growth, and I feel like to reach more people, right? No one is like, it's all with production, like you said, with the audio. If your audio is bad, not saying this is, but if it is, that affects it. Well, how many times you post affects it. If you're, and I want to listen to a podcast where if it seems like a massive mess, don't get me wrong, I like it. I listen to a lot of comedic ones, like with comedians on there, but even there talking shit kind of has flow.
Yeah.
But it's hard when you don't have someone off camera structuring that flow, because all us three, we're in the podcast, whereas Joe Rogan's got Jamie, all these other has got producers.
Well, that's what actually helped with the first one. Mitty was producing, so he was timekeeping while I could just hold a mic to my mouth.
Exactly.
Iggy, you were there when it's happened. Like it flowed really well because he would be like, 10 minutes is coming up, you're moving to the next thing.
Yeah.
Or you're doing this.
Because it's hard when you're so close to it.
But the thing that will help you as well is if you have your segments, it means you can timestamp like the segment in the show notes. I know people, I don't do it personally, but I know people do look at the show notes and look at the segments they want to listen to. Say they may only listen to 20 minutes of your podcast, but if it's like the politics side, they'll listen to that one. Or say they don't want to hear you talk about a junkie on the train, they can skip forward.
Yeah.
It creates that bit of structure into where people can listen and how they go through. And that will attract new listeners in that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people skip so... He used to listen to podcasts on 1.5s, bro.
I still do. I listen on 2s now.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
right.
people like... There's people that listen in fast forward, people that skip forward. people
You're
that do
actually
this.
a bit of a psychopath. That's
I know.
crazy. Because sometimes I'd accidentally hit, if I'm listening to Joe Rogan, sometimes my finger would actually hit, and then he'd speak like, it is, and I'm like, oh shit, that's so annoying. And I had to play it
See,
back.
I can understand that usually because my brain is just
Yeah.
going off like a nutcase.
Yeah.
Usually when it's slow, I phase out.
Yeah, okay.
If I hear a piece of dead air, I'm falling asleep or
Yeah.
I'm driving. There's something happening that I don't actually see because my brain is not thinking.
Yeah.
When
Maybe
there's
you should get more
something
sleep, bro.
Jess is working your way too hard, man.
You know what slows you down? These little fucking boxes that taste like fruit, okay? They
Yes.
slows me right down.
Oh, yeah, the evil vapes,
Problem
bro.
is I have a cough now.
They might be related.
Okay, well, I mean, one thing I wanted to bring up as well, I wanted to get all you guys' opinions on it, because we are all seasoned professional podcasters here, right? So, if you guys saw my post over the past weekend, I've been posting. I started a playlist, right? And the reason behind this is I saw a video, and this video is only released last year, right? And the way the way this video was explained by this podcaster, it was just one of those things where you kind of go, "Fuck, why didn't I think of that?" But here's my reasoning behind the playlist, right? So this bloke started a playlist before he started a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Weird. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That playlist grew to over 100,000 followers.
Wow.
That's just a playlist of just all he did was add new music every week, take old songs out, new songs in.
That's pretty good.
It got to the point where his playlist grew so big, massive music companies were
Hey, can we?
offering big money to get put on his playlist or have their artist put on his playlist, yada, yada, yada. Then the smart cunt makes a podcast,
That's a smart way.
links it to the playlist. Within weeks, his podcast is however many thousand listeners.
That is
Right? Opinion. I thought it was fucking genius.
I love it. That's one of the.
I thought it was fucking genius.
So that's what sparked me to think about segments and how we structure it. But that is, I reckon, the nail in the coffin in terms of like getting this up and running. Like that's the final thing, because with music, the reason you and Iggy, you and DD, love this shit as well is the music got you to the dance. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to not drift apart from that fully and just always, keep that front of mind and keep it involved somehow. Because we talk about music and stuff on the show, but there's a lot of times where we don't, right? So having that playlist there keeps that intertwined. You know what I mean? And then and a lot of people like. Music is like fucking everything to me, bro. Without
100%.
without my Jabra Elite fucking AirPods, noise cancelling AirPods, and fucking my tunes, bro, at work, I'd be miserable. I'd be like, I need it on for at least half the day while I'm working, right? So getting all that like attention from people that are into his music as us, or everyone's into music, right? But then just figuring out that that FireCast is linked to there. It's definitely going to lead to more followers. In the least, more followers. But I reckon eventually you get that bigger, it could lead to sponsorships, or it could lead to anything else. Like more exposure is good exposure.
Well, the thing about that guy, right? So it's like most pods that kick off. He already had the platform. And I think talking about music, where I think that you guys actually suffer from not talking about your music more. Because I know you like to talk about it and keep it in wraps because you got shit building. But I reckon you should be making this playlist around young, independent rappers and shit like that in the area, or independent producers, and give them like my rant in the other episode of Triple J being fucking shit now, because it doesn't do that.
become Triple J.
Create a platform
better.
for people that don't get a platform, and then you'll probably see some views come around. Because that's the thing, like you're still in an independent artist. And it will attract independent artists to listen to you. And then say you did something like, featured a song every episode. Like we tried to do that as well. We've hit up Holloway. We had M16. I feel like that's a bit on your platform that you actually have based so much, like that's your original platform, and you just don't touch it.
That's what his plan. That's what the plan is. So the
Yeah.
plan is to
So-
have a competition where we all bring one song each, so 3 songs every week. We pick the winner, and then we do a listening party basically to a snippet of that, and we review it, we break it down or whatever, and then that'll make people hopefully go, okay, this gets exposure on this podcast. Can this go on the podcast? And then we'll like, you know, Iggy will go through it and he'll see if it's up to scratch. Because obviously, if some
Oh, yeah,
underground artist sends us shit,
Yeah.
you don't want to lie to them and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
keep going, kid. Like it's like
Yeah.
if it's not happening, it's not happening. But that's what you just said is exactly the plan.
Yeah.
So
So we've already got a couple of submissions. So thank you to everyone who sent submissions. So we're not going to listen to. I haven't reviewed the submissions yet. I'm going to do that after tonight's episode. So starting from tomorrow, because after tonight's episode, I've picked a song from the playlist. Joey's picked one song from. So since DZ's not here for this first week, we'll just do 2. We'll listen. We'll do a little snippet of them. Say our opinions. I'll do some honorable mentions because I've got some honorable mentions of blokes that I've spoken to and DM'd and that, and they've already started following us. So thank you guys. I know who they are, but I'll mention them later. So once again, the way it works is, guys, you head over to the Trip Jacket Mafia website. We have a submission form. You fill out that form. That then gets sent to my email. I listen to your song. Now, just to be fucking clear, just because you submit something does not mean you're going to get put on the playlist, okay?
Say it louder for the people in the back, brother.
Right? Because, right?
Sounds familiar.
The one thing I know my shit about is fucking music. I studied this shit. I've been doing it for a long fucking time. I'm going on almost 10 years of music production, right? And it's like Joey said, if there's some guy who's made something and 2 of your mates are telling you it's hectic, but it's not, I'm not going to shit on you, but I'm going to just straight up tell you this is not ready. There is a difference between making music in your bedroom and then having a song that's ready for SoundCloud and then a song that's ready for the radio.
yeah,
Massive difference. Again, a lot of normies might not be able to hear it, but producers, we can hear it. And there's a big fucking difference, all right? So just once again, just because you send me shit doesn't mean it's going to get put on the playlist. But if it's up to scratch and we like it and we dig it, I'll put it on the playlist. Now, again, just because you're on the playlist then doesn't mean you're going to get reviewed on the podcast. We're only going to pick a song each, maybe 2 if there's a few that really go like we have to talk about
but
this.
they might get put on the podcast in the future.
Exactly
like
right.
One week we might rate that as
Yes,
like
exactly. Right? But the whole point is we want artists to send us stuff, follow our podcast, we follow you guys, we then network, and then you guys get a little bit of exposure through the playlist because we've already got I think 15 followers on the playlist, a couple submissions. So that's the idea and that's the plan. So
are you running like a different Instagram account through this, so like you can follow them through that, or are you going to follow them through?
No. I'm just following. I'm just
FriendlyFire.
Yeah, I'll follow them just through FriendlyFire. Yeah. Just because one, it's easier for me on FriendlyFire too because I am already working with a whole bunch of people and I've already got music in the works. I'm waiting for people to get to me. I've got to send stuff to people. So I don't want to split it. So then I'm fucking all over the shop, confusing
That
myself.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Keep it simple,
thinking about
stupid.
that, so are we able to put in there that we're allowed to use access to that playlist too? Because we do open song our podcast with at the moment you do hear Underwater by DZ. We have used M16, but I wouldn't mind using other fucking people that are
they
indie. So obviously we're not getting copyright shit like that, but I want to get exposure. So
The playlist is public.
So there's a good chance that we will still feature it on the afternoon detention, opening our podcast with it.
Yes. So you've got now 2 possible avenues of free promotion, basically. So it's you scratch our back, we scratch yours, right? You follow our podcast, maybe listen, you don't have to. I doubt you guys will.
but
No,
listen.
you do. I'll fucking hunt you down.
But yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, but I thought it was fucking genius.
It's a great idea,
it
bro.
is.
I thought it was fucking genius. What do you think about that idea, man?
Bro, it's exactly what you should be doing. Considering that's your platform of where you started. Like, you don't see Theo Von fucking not hitting back at comedy because he's a comedian. That's what he does. Like, that's his thing. He always will come back to his platform. And it's actually refreshing to hear that that's what you're going to do.
It's a good plan.
Because, that's your platform. That's what this podcast was originally built off, was the Trip Jacket Mafia records. And you guys decided to have a podcast on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's great that you have actually come back to it.
Yeah, I love all the additions we do as well, but it's just like, it's one of those things where you need to, you need to fucking use what God gave you. You know what I mean? And you're doing that with music, always dropping music, but you need to like, you know, hone in on that. Like this is a hobby for me, as well as now it's moving into the last few weeks, especially last few weeks, moving into something where like I want to make this a full big thing, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm in the same site, bro. Like my dream job is to fucking podcast. Like I said before this, if I won the lotto that I didn't enter, we'd have a podcast studio, bro.
Yeah.
And you would be fully employed. So
Hey.
just talk shit, but you have to be like.
But how's this for a segment name, right? I want to get your and
Let's hear
hit me with the truth. Don't go, oh yeah, Joe, and suck my dick. Tell me true, because if you're lying to me,
fucking sucks,
yeah.
man.
But
He knows I will.
I'm thinking segment names, right? So me and Tori like put it in the chat GPT, whatever,
Yep, what's up?
and we're like,
Tell me what it's about first.
it's that exact segment with the music
when we-
reviews.
the music
We
reviews,
got
okay.
rap room. We got hip hop huddle.
Nope.
We got flow focus.
That I like that one.
That's
There you go.
that's
got-
the best one so
I
far.
like that one.
Flow focus. We got what's the next one?
Keep going.
I honestly blanked on the other one. I blanked on
is
the
that
other
it?
one. No, there was about two more,
Out
but
of the ones you sent, I liked Flow Focus.
flow focus seems, or you can add
Flow focus,
or
bitch.
like,
It sounds horrible.
Firecast.
It sounds like he's got the best one. Music reviews.
Yeah, true.
Or just music reviews.
Music reviews.
Just
Yeah,
music
yeah, yeah.
reviews.
Because
You should
I
make
guess
it-
if you're trying, if it's like you're trying too hard, then
You
it's
should
not.
make a soundbite of Iggy just going, "Yo, this ain't that shit."
That's the name of it, actually. This ain't shit.
This ain't fucking shit, man. Yeah, but just when I saw that video, it blew my mind. It was just literally one of those things where you're like, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
something so simple. Everyone loves music. Most people like podcasts.
Oh, sorry, no. Firecast mic check. No,
No. Do you know what that is? That's your pre-show name.
mic check.
So if you've
Yeah, that's your foreplay, bro.
all right, or no rhyme review. No, not rhyme review, because not everyone rhymes.
I love the excitement. Like, no.
You know when you got the answer in school and you put your hand up? and
Yeah,
they go,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, fuck it. I shot my shot. That's it.
So do you know how you guys go on break and stuff? If you just keep a recording one time and it's just sitting there, that's your mic check.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Very true. Well, let's fucking do it. Let's kick it off. I've got my song ready to go. I have not stopped listening to this song since I fucking added it to the playlist.
It's not one of your own songs, is it?
Of course it is.
Fart smeller?
I've never heard of these motherfuckers in my life. And I checked the Instagrams. The Instagram was basically fucking dead. If anyone knows who these fucking dudes are, man, please reach out to me. But this is the definition of Australian fucking hip hop, and I don't even know if these
Who
guys
is
are
it?
Aussie. These guys are called Full Tote Odds.
And what's the song name?
The song is called Punt on This.
Okay.
Right? It does not get any more Australian
This
than
sounds
this.
like blokes at the Blue Cattle Dog, bro.
Right.
They've recorded this in the fucking bathroom after their line, bro.
But,
Hey, if you put a microphone in there, you'll get some good shit.
right, let me
you
make sure we're
wouldn't. No, you
connected.
Is this only just underground artists, or is there just like artists that have like they're not big, but they're not?
I reckon you should
well-
leave the playlist to unsigned artists.
That's harder to do though.
Because it's harder to find.
It's like you should add. I reckon underground isn't necessarily people that aren't signed, but people that don't know about like
Yeah, just not
J. Cole,
not Drake, not
Drake.
J. Cole,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
big
Yeah,
dudes that go,
like
oh,
self-made stuff.
Yeah.
From like what you are,
Yeah.
how you're a self-made St. Clair producer out of a tiny little room with a shitty cigar in it.
yeah. All right, I'm going to play, I'll play like 30, 40 seconds, and then we'll talk about it, then we'll go to Joey's review. But this is my pick for this week's, for the first weekly rotation of the Firecast Underground playlist, right? Here we go. Full Tote Odds, Pun on This. I love this, man. Oh, bro. Listen to this, bro. Listen to this shit.
Fuck off.
dark horse. Got it figured yet? Start chancing your arm with a bigger bet. Have a punt on the nose, get your ticket checked. Odds are certain to burn it like a cigarette.
Fuck me.
That is sweating hot.
Said you won't square the ledger. Dead actor on that
Dead actor.
skills breezing through. Got the MVP, you got least improved. While you warm up the bench, I got threes to shoot. Or else dunk it in the lane for an easy two. I seen the clues and I
Hey,
win the struggling.
3-pointer, 2-pointer reference.
Within the huddle. Number 4 across, synonym of trouble. We spell danger in your crisscross puzzle. Now we're deep in this hip-hop game.
Bro,
That slaps.
Who the fuck are these dudes?
that slaps.
Right, and then listen to the breakdown quickly. Like, ready?
Danger, danger.
It's genius, bro. Stay the same.
And we made to amaze for the game changer. Danger,
Ready?
danger.
Blowing up like you thought I would. Blowing up, blowing up.
Shit.
Blowing up like you thought I would.
What the fuck? How do they even get clearance to use that sample for one? Because that's Biggie fucking Smalls.
They
Who the fuck are these dudes?
that was so smooth how it transitioned into that,
That
eh?
is really nice.
It's like it gives me like summer vibe, Australian, like
That-
it's like Australia Day. I mean,
Bro, the lines, and then in the second verse, the guy's talking about like just putting bets on the rugby and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's
and he's like, he said something about sitting me on the bench. I got 3 pointers to shoot, but I can settle for 2 or something. I think I fucked it. We saw that basketball reference, like, yeah, those were bars, man. Holy fuck! Sometimes I gotta.
Little conspiracy. You know how bands run by like secret names? Is that secretly Hilltop Hoods? Because that was fucking hot.
Who fucking knows?
That was great.
It doesn't sound. It's
Like I don't want to be the guy.
Thank
I don't want to be the guy that's like, let's compare them to bands that are already fucking up there. But fuck, that
you
was
all-
like,
they reminded me of Bliss and Esso as well.
That's what
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't know who the fuck they are because, like I said, I sussed the Instagram and it's
I'm actually fucking annoyed that we can't use that now to open because you just used it on here.
That is
bro, use it, man.
Oh my
It's-
god,
it's-
that was sick.
Yeah, it makes me want to. I don't even like beer, but it makes me want to have a beer on a hot day
yeah,
and just
scull a
sit out
beer
in the
and
pool.
hit my missus.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe not that far, but
We don't fucking always do that, cunt.
so that's my selection for the first weekly fucking rotation. So check
That-
them out. Full tote
was-
odds,
that's
man.
hard to-
Punt on
no,
this.
no. That is a banger to start with. You better
That's-
be pouring
yeah.
on something hard right now.
So, who out of the, by the way, it's only 50 songs max as well that are going to be in this rotation. So because there's some bangers in this fucking playlist and I've got honorable mentions. But show me what you picked. Show me the song and I'll play it. I'll play it. Show me the
Yeah, this is where you got to get a little plan space going.
Gruesome Grime, Ocean Wisdom. Okay.
gruesome
So
crime.
the gruesome.
Oh,
crime
gruesome
by
You
crime.
had that little
crime.
kid smile on you. They're like, "Oh, check it off,
Bro,
check it off."
this guy, man. This guy is like big. When I say big in the UK, he's not big like at all. But he's got like I forget how many actual followers he has on Spotify.
Just jump on and check it if you got it there.
Just to say as well, like if we're picking, like if you say we head bopping to these songs, I'm not a rap guy.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
it.
if I'm digging it, it's a
It's
fucking
the
good
beat.
tune.
Well, this is a good tune as well. It's crazy. Just focus as well on the fucking beat. That's what I love. A song that has both.
Yeah.
And like good, like because you know some people can make like mix and mastering. I don't know anything about that, but how the music there was a little bit louder than other songs. The vocals weren't drowned out by the music wasn't drowned out by the vocals. You can because that song
The
is
mix
a lot
is
boppy
perfect.
and you need to hear the instrumentals and stuff. But like this one here, it's a bit of that, but the vocals are louder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Because this guy's very lyrical, so you kind of need to. It's
Yeah.
hard to keep up. Like, I can't even keep up. You need the lyrics up there, and even then, you're like this cunt's speeding through words.
Am I being an
Gruesome crime.
Just bring up the
Ocean wisdom.
where the fuck? Am I being an idiot or
Share
what?
it to him.
just bring it up. Bring up the QR code and he'll scan it.
Is it even in this playlist?
Did you not?
Oh
pick
no,
out
I
the
make
playlist?
my own playlist. That's so funny.
Yep. That's a great effort.
Wait, wait. How do
Fuck
I?
your rules. Joey's made his own.
Going now.
How do I even like?
Well,
Are you
So
gonna be able to?
it needed to be in this playlist.
So how do I send
So
it to
then-
you?
No, but you might not be able to play it because it might be taken off YouTube.
Okay. Did you listen to anything in this playlist?
You need to go off that playlist
That's so funny, bro.
for permissions. You
That's
Hey, I got an
so
idea.
funny. That's
Pick a
so
random
funny.
one.
Right. Okay. So Joey K has confused himself with.
hey, I got an idea. 22. That's the number you're picking right now. Countdown.
It's not our own playlist each. It's what.
Oh my god! I thought we could like hook it up to the. Okay.
He's a submission, so he's got
Yeah,
money
yeah.
to
I'm not
play.
the tech guy.
Otherwise, he'll get taken down, bro.
Okay.
True.
Okay. Minnie says 22, or you're just gonna do a.
I'm gonna go random.
Okay. So the first one we're doing random. Okay.
Who's this?
So this is Scott Barr's
Only things I enjoy in life.
Jaden Wakefield and Casto 1. I think possibly Jaden Wakefield is. Okay, no, this Scott Barr's guy. This is hard. This is hard.
Sex, food, and music.
Okay. These
And
guys
not
are from
necessarily in that order.
Brisbane,
It's just
I think.
Give you dopamine. Like what? Drugs. Yeah, I like that. But that's always looped into rock and roll. Yeah, it's also not fun to be like my favorite thing in life.
It sounds like a podcast.
That doesn't sound as fun. Yeah, it doesn't.
The wind is cold when you're jumping in with both feet. I took a boat ride and sailed out of both seas. Now that I've returned, I'm the only one that knows me. I'm going out of style like trap drums and goatees. It's been a while since I faced the facts. I hated that I made it back. I wish I died when I was snorting a rack. The reaper's coming up behind. Guess I'll die another day. I gotta pay the tax. I can see where I'm headed next. Going back to my old ways like a Refidex. I'm heaven sent when I'm having sex with a tummy full of pills and a phone full of texts. I'm going back to the future in a new car. 88 BPM on the deck, son. I better stop messing around with the deck, son. On my next track gonna be titled My Death Song. Sick and tired of these cracks in my phone screen. I'm done batting for the home team. Oh please, can you help me out on my dope
Okay.
fiend? Cutting up this powder on my plate, nosebleed.
And then-
Sick and tired of these rats and these.
It gets repeated while I've been steady trying to find a meaning. They be breathing heavy, ready for whatever step the clean is. It's the reason for the pain, but it's the pain that needs a reason. Just to justify the blame, they need to aim, but ain't your demons, no. Used to see me bleeding just to see the scar. Now you see the mark of the beast deeper as seasons pass.
Okay.
You would see what I mean if you could just see my past through my eyes, but you can't. So when I paint a perfect picture, you should make it last. Potential doesn't, and the buzzing's gonna take it fast. You're either coming or going, you either pave a path or you pay the price, take it higher and just blaze it up.
Yeah, sick and tired of these cracks in my phone
That's
screen.
nice.
I'm done batting for
It's like a
Okay.
The production is like different, right? But similar vibes to the first track, but slower.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not really, but like isn't like
That's-
that.
That sounds like
feel-
the one that you're finishing around a campsite. That's what you put on just to chill back.
Nah, I got a different picture, man.
What?
That's where
I got like smoke.
That's you just got into a little push and shove at the Mondo, and you got your hoodie on, walking home with your earphones in, going,
Yeah.
"Man, I'm ready to
You're
fucking."
angry.
Mum can't tell me what to do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell her fuck off, man.
Yeah, you live the most privileged life, but you're from 8 Mile or something.
But
Just
nah,
like,
that's
you got shit to prove.
That slapped.
Yeah, fuck. That was kind of dark. The lyrics in that were kind of like dark a
It's
little bit.
like Eminem, like a bit like off their guts type
Yeah,
style, which
yeah,
I
yeah.
fuck with, man.
These lyrics actually were pretty good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed them.
So again, I've heard of Jaden Wakefield before. I'm pretty sure Megalodon. You've probably heard of Scott Barrs, right? I think he's from Brisbane. I saw on the Spotify stuff. So again, every song in this fucking playlist is fucking fire, man. Honestly. So again, honorable mentions, bro. You guys know who the fuck yous are, man. Harlem Jazz, Personal Space, Megalodon. We've got N3 in there. Honorable mention to Verse. He's from Sydney for his newest track, CEO. That shit was fire. Of course, I've got some Moby, Holloway in there.
So can I not send you? Can I just send you whatever to the playlist?
Yeah. You just send it to me, and I can.
Why can't I send the song I had?
you can't do that because they might not have permissions to come on here.
But then how do they all have permission?
Because
No,
they've
no.
sent their songs to
No.
him.
Not all of these have been sent, but I have messaged.
Yeah,
a
right.
lot of
So yeah,
people.
Oh,
he's
so
got
do I
permissions.
do I need to find an underground artist that has no?
Yeah.
No. So some of the songs in here, like the dudes have like 20,000 followers and shit. It's just
okay.
underground is just in the sense of just like you 100% know none of these. We're not going to get flagged by any of these dudes because everyone on this, everyone here is basically
If
an
it
artist.
picks- if it picks up
I
a-
think the songs I was doing, they were a bit like when I say underground, I thought underground was just as well not mainstream, which a lot of the music isn't mainstream, but I think maybe they're a little
You're
bit...
on the ball, but the problem is, like, if you don't have the right permissions when it comes to YouTube,
Yeah, they don't
you can
let
be
us play it.
demonetized, but even worse, they can just fully, like, not show your video.
Okay.
So you could make a full fucking 2-hour
DMCA
podcast,
takedown
and they'll
is what it's called.
just cut it down.
All right. I got to expand my search. All right,
Yes.
thanks for the heads up, boys. Fuck, I had like 20 songs or something.
Again, shout out Drop Bear, Byron Elliott, Little Leia. We did the show with you guys in they're from WA. Honorable mention again to NJE and Chatters. Again, I think NJE is from Sydney and Chatters is from Perth. So yeah, again, everyone's fucking sick fucking shit on here. Boys, the winner out of the two.
Oh, fuck.
You know my winner, man. I go for Punt on this.
You can't pick.
I've been obsessed with that song.
You can't pick because it's.
So this is how I reckon you should structure it. I reckon 2 people bring from a playlist each, and then you go rotation of one being the judge.
Yeah, okay.
So obviously me and Mitty are the judge today.
So you three have to vote then.
No, he picked the song. So me and Joey have to pick today.
No, Joey.
No,
picked
Joey.
the song 'cause
Joey
I-
No, he
picked
picked the number. He just picked the
but
number.
Joey,
I picked
Joey.
random.
So we go
Joey,
that way.
hold on.
So me,
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's us two.
what do you reckon? What are you picking?
I'm picking punt. That was just.
I'm probably going punt, but
Just-
that's because
that
it's
ain't
up.
mine.
I'm going punt as well.
It's a close game.
It's
Close
a-
battle, but
Oh.
It's like, yeah, it's just different moods. I feel like
Different moods and
the
everything.
first one hit me more because I vibe with that song more. I still vibe with the other song as well, but it's just like that mood was just like uplifting the first one, you know what I mean? I'm just like,
yeah.
The
It
second
brought
one
the
was
mood.
uplifting, like the beat, and then I was like, I listened to the lyrics and went, oh, damn, okay, shit.
The second one was a dark lyrical but very high, like thing.
the position of
It
your
It was sort of
eyebrows, right?
similar to, in a sense, Hollywood Undead. In a way that it brought your mood up, but the lyrics were horrendous.
Yeah, like trying to like I wanna go
good lyrics, but
shoot up.
what the shit
Yeah,
was
yeah.
about, it was
Yeah,
like,
it was like, ooh.
So, Punt on this wins, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right,
the winner.
boys. Hey, cheers to the first one. Thank you very much, everyone. So now, Punt on this will get put to the top of the playlist and survives another week on the playlist. Now you start
I know,
sending me
yeah,
shit.
yeah, of course.
I can't believe you made your
that's
own.
so funny. That's
You're
so,
a
I know
funny
nothing.
cunt.
Because like most,
You funny cunt.
well, we haven't really sat down and spoken face to face and like the details. And all you said is make a playlist, you know, of underground music. I'm like, yeah, mad. But then me not knowing of like,
Look,
I got to
Hey
send
guys,
you
I got an
shit.
idea for you. Why don't you make a list of like 10 commandments that you have to follow for this playlist? That you guys have to follow.
To be fair as well, but like dealing with this bloke for like the last few years talking podcast, he's the worst communicator in the world.
Yeah,
so
I
I
am-
can
I am
completely
that.
get why you got
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
confused.
No, it was just because
I don't reply for ages and shit.
I think because like, yeah, like I'm not heaps well. I think Iggy thought I was just onto it. I didn't ask the question really. If I knew there was anything like about copyright and shit, I thought the fact it was on a podcast and you're speaking in between it, that ruins the validity of the song.
It's YouTube.
Hey,
But it's
no.
a YouTube, yeah. okay.
Spotify, if you're on like audio platforms, it
But reaction
doesn't really matter.
What about reaction videos? They pause it and go,
That's it. You can
It's
use. There's so much you can use as free use.
oh, okay.
So
it's
you can
it's
use,
a very fine and grey line.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's like
it
a
is.
percentage of the song compared to like the video or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
So like on a TikTok, you can use like 5
Oh,
seconds
didn't you
unless
hear
they've
what happened on
licensed it.
TikTok recently? Universal Studios broke down talks with TikTok, and they've just wiped all of Universal music off TikTok.
Yeah,
Happened
right.
Today or yesterday.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard about
right. Really?
Yeah, so there's just a lot of TikToks now that are just
No
That's it.
audio.
no audio.
Oh
Because
shit.
They've taken them down. They've just gone, nah, you're not paying us, so we're not taking them.
but the thing that irks me about TikTok though, this is why I love Instagram. Instagram, it's got all the big songs. You want to use a Drake song, they've got it.
Even
TikTok-
Instagram got taken down
Oh
too.
really?
Yeah.
Bro, TikTok though. Prior though, Instagram had them all. TikTok has got no original songs of nothing. It's all little like sped up house remixes and all this like random garbage. You're like,
that, all
oh,
comes, that all comes from edits, eh? So
Yeah.
from like a 12-year-old girl making an edit of fucking Nathan Cleary, they've sped up like confident. This is why Confident Stack sped up version's so big.
yeah, right.
It comes from an edit.
yeah,
Someone's
right.
made an edit, and in America's gone, I've never heard this song before. I love it. And that's why they listen to the sped up version. They've never heard the original.
Yeah, right.
So that's why it's all sped up, because the 12-year-olds just fucking sped it up. Because, you know, when you're 12, you're like, oh, I'm a DJ mixmaster times 1.5. Oh, shit, I've remixed the song. That's what they do.
Yeah, right. And I was wondering why all of a sudden confidence was blowing up again.
That's
like
why.
we've had this song here in fucking Oz for fucking years.
Someone
now.
probably
Like-
made like a fucking Outer Banks one or some shit that's like globally seen.
Yeah, right.
And it's gone to the American market where that song's traditionally been Australian only.
Mm-hmm,
And that's why they picked it up because they're going, this song's sick. Why have I never heard this before?
Yeah,
But
right.
they've heard the 1.5 version as well.
Well, just touching on like how you were saying how the young TikTokers they only know like snippets of songs because they've heard it in TikTok, but they haven't really heard the whole song. Tori went to a Brent Fayez concert the other week, and Brent Fayez is like big but not huge, right? Like, well, he is, but yeah, in terms of like the weekend and shit, he's not there. But like, a lot of the people were younger demographic at the concert, and then there was this one girl that would behind Tori that would scream out the chorus, and then like Tori and everyone were just singing the whole song. But then apparently the verses, she was just silent, and then it got to the chorus again, and just started screaming it because it's like TikTok.
It's the same thing with like Tame Impala. Everyone knows the fucking guitar from The Less I Know The Better.
Yeah.
And then he starts singing and everyone's like,
No one.
I don't know the words.
You only know the ding, ding.
Yeah, I ain't guilty. I'll be like,
At least you got the fucking melody, bro. They don't have that.
Right.
all I know is less you know the better because it's fucking there's the name of the song.
Bang, ding, ding, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I fucking hate that song. Except that bass guitar part. I love that bass guitar part.
It's a very
Okay. Fucking cut. Come back. Fire penis. Suck, suck, suck. Yum, yum, yum. Okay.
N-word.
And when no N words, too many N words have been bleeped out in the past couple of weeks. We need to stop. Okay, it's a bit. We're getting too comfortable with.
saying it.
Yes, I blame Joey.
The Egyptian thunder god.
Okay, so that was the first kickoff for the Flow Focus reviews. We'll come up with a name, but yeah, that was fucking fun, man. So something I wanted to bring up. Have you guys been up to date with Apple's Pro Vision goggles that have
I've
come out?
seen them. I've seen them.
People are walking in the middle of the street.
Have you seen
Riding
the one that was
skateboards and
driving that got arrested?
So what are you seeing?
The problem is, so a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, if you guys remember, DZ was going on about how he thinks we're moving into the future really quick, and I was kind of arguing, saying I don't think it's moving as quick as you think.
Yep.
I think the little cunt might be right.
You're retracting.
I'm retracting my statement because people are literally walking the streets with these fucking ridiculous goggles on while you're. But don't get me wrong, they look sick though. While dudes are walking, they've got YouTube playing in one corner. They've got their Spotify open in the other corner. They've got this other random shit. They've got their shopping to-do list. It's
Do you know what this reminds me
insane.
of?
So
bro.
is it virtual? I thought it was virtual reality when I first looked at it. What is it?
Augmented reality.
Yeah.
So you're still seeing like
So you know like Tony Stark shit where he's got the things there, but
Ah.
only you see it.
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So they can still see the traffic on the road, and they weren't going on the road
No,
blind.
actually. So
I don't know.
the problem with the Apple thing is it's a virtual reality thing with a pass-through. It's not an augmented reality like the HoloLens, which the HoloLens is a glass screen you can see through and it projects onto the glass screen. Whereas the Vision Pro is a TV, basically a TV screen and stuff, that it passes a camera lens through. It's
Yes.
basically taken similar to the viewfinder there, where it's a viewfinder on your screen and then it augments through that.
Yes.
So it's got latency. No matter what, it's always going to have latency because of electronics.
Which means latency is like
the time between
Oh,
it takes
okay.
to get
Yeah.
from outside the camera
Yeah.
to on that screen.
Yes.
okay.
So even though it may be 0.2 of a
If a
millisecond,
car's going 60 miles an hour, like
you may not have enough time to see it.
Yes.
Well, you've even used it like when you use my Oculus that
Yep.
Christmas. You can tell the pass through. It's so delayed.
So the Oculus is, I think,
That's full VR.
that's full VR.
But
simulator.
you can do a pass through mode where you tap on the side and in black and white it shows your camera what's in front. Right? I've got one at my house.
But the main use of it, these cunts are walking the streets. What's the main use?
That's what I'm saying. There's not. It's just like any technology. Just like every first iPhone, every first PlayStation. It's kind of like the bare bones version of it.
think about the
And
iPad.
Yes. People are so dialed into this bare bones version. Bro, I was seeing this dude upload a video where he's sitting with his fucking goggles on. So he's sitting here and I'm looking at this room right now, right? But what he does is with his little fucking Apple Pro things is he changes the room he's sitting in and every window and doorway, he turns it into like an aquarium glass where it looks like he's in an aquarium. So he's just sitting in his bedroom looking at an aquarium. Don't get me wrong, the fish, you can tell it's like cartoony fake.
Yep.
But this is just the first pair. What's going to happen when it gets to the point when that fish in your doorway, that aquarium looks that real and the fish looks that real? It dead set looks like you're at the aquarium.
Why
So
don't you just take
LSD
tabs?
for people that need to.
Why don't you just take tabs then?
But out of fashion. That's out of fashion now.
No, it's tabs for people that get
Don't
drug
do
tested.
drugs.
No, that get drug tested.
Yeah. Honest opinion, I reckon they're fucking gay.
They are gay as. They're
Why would
gay
you want
as.
to wear that
It's-
outside the house?
That's what I'm saying. And they're like this big.
Like our conversation at the pub. If you wore them into the fucking the Colts and we're drinking, bro, I'm sending those glasses into your fucking skull, okay?
Honestly,
I'll tolerate
man,
your phone.
And they're not because they're not subtle either. Like at least make a few. But it is the bare bones, like you said. Who knows? They
know
might
what
come up with
it
something that
reminds
looks like glasses. Like if you can get away with Ray-Ban looking things when you're literally wearing sunnies.
which will happen.
Do you remember Google Glass?
Yes.
10 years ago, pretty much to the year. 20
Google Glass, what is it?
Google Glass is basically just a band around your head with a little piece of glass that sits here, and it augmented reality. It used to have a little screen that you could see clearly in your left-hand eye or right-hand eye.
Yeah.
And it was basically the start of augmented reality. Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Is this a lizard
so
killer?
you look
Yes,
like
that's
a
the murderer.
futuristic Monopoly dude. Do you know
You
the Monopoly guy with the monocle?
monocle, yeah.
It's like a monocle of
So
that.
it didn't cover your eye. It was up.
Yeah,
about
further,
here.
like,
it was
yeah.
further away. But everyone at CES had it for about a year. Everyone played with it for about a year, and then it died out until it came back 5 years later with the new version for less price. And then after about 6 months, it died out. So at the moment, it's brand new. Everyone's testing it. Everyone's playing with it.
Will it stick?
Will it stick? It's like, have you heard of the Neuralink that Elon Musk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've talked about that on the
We
pod.
touched
yeah.
on this on Thursday. You'll hear it.
Yeah.
Well, this will be already out.
That
so-
shit. That
So-
shit sounds menacing.
They've finally done their first human test.
Who was the?
It was not Elon Musk.
Obviously not.
Yeah, it was
Of
not,
course.
It was not Elon.
He's got too much to live for, bro. That guy.
No. So they're only doing it like testing with people that have lost limb movement fully.
All right.
So from what I picked up, it's like a signal booster sort of thing. Of
So
like
it's not fixing your limbs, but
you'll be able to like respond to like prosthetic limbs. So you know it will make like you say you got your leg cut off at your knee, it'll make that limb work as a proper fucking calf instead of like a
Because
like,
like the
gravity
mind to muscle thing, like the
Yeah,
Neuralink learn to.
So-
because don't you have phantom? Isn't there phantom
can do.
limb or something? It's not called phantom limb. I'm fucked it up. But what is it called when someone
pain and stuff like
phantom pain? Sorry, there's phantom pain, right? But wouldn't you be
Is
able
it
to
our
just
Phantom playlist? Or?
yeah, yeah, that's basically what it was this week. Phantom fucking playlist. But like when you have if you got chopped off at the elbow, right, and you got a fake arm, a fake leg, sorry, is a better way. Can't you just walk on it like normal? It's a fake leg.
No, but what it will do, it will make it react more like a leg. So at the moment, it moves either by like a preset hydraulic or gravity. So
Oh,
you'll
okay.
be able to, it'll react more
So if there's
like
a rock
human
and you
limb.
need a, or like if you trip and you have to catch yourself,
Yeah,
maybe
it
you
will
won't roll
react.
that fake ankle.
So-
like,
Yeah,
as
so
easy.
say you got your hand cut off, right? It will speak to that hand to move your fingers like a proper hand instead of it going like close.
yeah,
open.
yeah, okay.
They're like that.
You'll be able to crack an egg. At one hand ago,
you'll
I'll be able to crack an egg.
you'll be able
with
to grab
two.
your beer like that,
Yeah.
like however you want to hold it.
Yeah.
because your Neuralink will tell you
So
that's
at-
how you want. to
That's
hold
cool.
at the moment, all it can do is control the mobile phone. So it can't do any of that stuff yet because it only picks up neuron spikes. So go up, go down, go left, go right. pretty
Yeah.
much. That sort of indication. But in time, they may be able to figure out and teach it how to, this part of the brain controls this nerve that your arm tells to move. and
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
like that.
That's great. But then it won't just stop there. That's a thing. They use it for that, right? But
They'll
then
start using
they'll
it for
start
that.
using it for that because it's a good excuse and it's a good way to get their foot in the door. Be like, hey, we're testing it on people, but it's people that obviously are volunteered, but that kind of need it more so than people with all their fucking limbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not just going to be the handicapped people that go for this shit.
Oh, shit, no.
it. True.
Like-
But I'm going to be
Because think about it. When's the point that they're going to be able to put information back into your brain instead of only taking it out?
Yeah.
When
I
are they
hope
gonna
it
be
can
able
teach
to-
me how to fucking read.
Like, when are they going to be able to put Wikipedia?
I'm not dyslexic
directly-
anymore.
Yeah, that's that may be a case where it comes into it, where it goes.
Wait, someone's going to be DZ right now. Okay. But what about when they turn us into iRobot? Okay.
That's what I was about to say. No. What happens when the army uses it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might be right. I might,
Bro, you bet your
have to
ass the
retract
army
my,
would.
my fucking statement.
Wouldn't the army the
Bro,
army's
they're already
steps
using
ahead.
it. Yeah, they're already using that shit.
Here's my point to retract, to rebuttal what he says.
Get me to unretract my retracted statement to back to what I was thinking.
I said on I think I said it it's probably about 8 weeks now. But the thing that I reckon humans crave the most now is human connection. Right? You're not you personally. Are you going to do that? Are you going to stick a fucking thing in your head?
No,
Are you going to wear
no.
goggles around? No, because you want human connection. I think we, the public, will slow technology down because we'll be like, hold on. When I go see my mum, I'm fucking got glasses on and I've got all this shit in my body and all this stuff. I want human connection. Like saying going to the pub about getting phones on. It's shit you going to the pub now because cunts aren't making connection. So I reckon what will slow us down will be people going, fucking hold on, this has gone way too far. Why would I leave my house if I got all this shit outside? I might as well do it in here. And then you'll get to the point like COVID where you're like, fuck, I need to get out. I need to experience life as a fucking human.
How do we know Egypt didn't have this technology or anything like that? And then they've actually gotten rid of it to go back to the Stone Age.
Because he's dumb as fuck and he's be smart.
That's the thing. How do we know they haven't turned around and gone, no, this is too much. We need to stop.
No, see, what I think the problem is, though, is that I agree with Jezza, but the problem is it's the majority don't agree with us.
No.
It's the younger little TikTokers, Gen Zs. They love this
The problem
shit.
is as well,
They
a lot of people,
love
like
their phones.
you're saying Gen Z or like
Yes.
those basement kids, you know, the fucking,
Right.
I play World of Warcraft from level fucking a
Yes.
million. They don't
Zero
have human
social
connection
skills, but level a
to
million.
base it off.
Yeah.
So there's a minority, it's almost a majority, it's a getting close to majority of people that don't know what human connection is. So it will happen. Shit like this will happen because people accept it. But I don't think our generation will be the one to
But
feel
eventually
it.
our generation will be wiped from the...
my
Our kids will probably be the one to accept it because that's how life is.
Yeah.
But we grew up with human connection. So I don't think we will let this technology takeover happen because we were like, why would I want to be on my glasses when I can drink a schooner and slap a fucking
$20
$5
in the
reals
poker.
around?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's what
What would you prefer? A fucking AR glass or a little fucking sandwich bag of a sandwich in a
Does
toilet?
anyone
Like
remember the
human connection.
pokies with the handle that you had to pull?
Las
I'm
Vegas.
not that old.
No, I know. Where have they gone?
Mini 75.
No, they did.
No,
They
no.
did. I didn't. I
I'm
haven't
probably
seen
the
it.
youngest here.
No, but so
I'm 12.
actually, he's right. It's on a reminiscent level, right? So I go to the pokies with my dad. My dad picks the oldest fucking machine in the room, because that's his reminiscence of how he used to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like we hold on to a lot as well as humans where we won't fucking move forward because it's like, oh, you got these glasses. Yeah, well, guess what? I used to ride home on a fucking flat tire because I jumped too far.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
And then you'd look at a bike and go, I'd prefer to ride that fucking shit little bike over wear those glasses because that was a good time for me. And
Yeah,
that
but
feels
if you can get on that shit bike and then when you put the goggles on, you're driving a fucking big Harley in your virtual reality thing. But like you can get human connection, but in terms of like on the other side of the coin, some people can be like, yeah, well, you can still get human connection if you
Just through VR.
if you use it right. But anything, some people will think it's better because it's enhanced and but you would get desensitized to a lot of everyday life when you're sitting there bored watching TV and you're like, I'm just gonna make this room an aquarium real quick. 1 second.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
and
That's what's
it
going
could lead to no connection.
That's
like,
what it will be. That's
less
what I mean.
connection.
So our kids will come through thinking that's connection.
That's normal.
Yeah, I'm not letting my kid.
I could play a million games with Iggy tonight, but I'd prefer to be sitting at this table with him.
Yeah,
because I'm with Iggy today. Where our kids will not.
Yeah.
Have this connection as much as we value it.
They'll do it over like you end up being how to get together,
that will be
get together
quite-
with your friends, but you'll be at your place.
Yes.
you'll be here.
That would be quite normal for them. Like you got to think, like our parents didn't have fucking Xbox parties, right?
Messenger
But
pigeons.
it's very normal for us to connect on an Xbox party.
Yeah.
But to them, they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Go meet up with your friends."
Yeah.
We'll be the same cunts going, "Why the fuck are you sitting in a lounge room with a gay pair of glasses
Your
on?"
fucking Oculus is on your fucking dicks.
Go fucking jump on Xbox. At least put a headset on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how fast it's
Scary.
moving, and DZ was definitely right about that with the, how fast.
I think
it's
his
moving.
timeline's short, but I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah,
His timeline's very short, which is I don't think it's correct. He reckons in like the next 20 years or so.
Yeah. That was my argument with him. So
his timeline's very short.
Yeah, he reckons it will be like within 20 years. We'll be.
Well, this is this is the thing I want to see with DZ. I want to see if he would accept the changes as well. Like, obviously he's not here. I can't ask him. So next episode, DZ, tell me what you think. Would you accept these changes of like these AR reality and all this stuff happening? Would you jump on the train too? Because I want to see how he feels. Because I know that most of us four here will probably feel the same of like, we don't want to do that. We'd still want to go to the pub.
If it was free, I'd try it.
You obviously, nothing's saying you're not going to do it.
If it's a headset or something.
Hey, someone give me a fucking headset. I'll wear it for a
Joey
bit.
comes next week to FireCast with his little goggles on.
Wait. This episode is sponsored by Apple.
Here's one for you. If you had to get surgery to get it, like get like a Neuralink that showed up like AR, would you get it?
Nah,
I would.
If it was free.
Nah, no way.
I would. You'd want to hope that contract was like pages long. If they gave me a 1 A4 piece of paper with like a sign here, I'd be like, what is going on? I would need the specifics. I would need but the thing is, like anything new, they get out the bugs and stuff early. Yes. What if it deteriorates your brain somehow because it's kind of like over time because it's like
drugs though.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. At least
it gives you a connection to the drug dealer.
The devil, it's the better the devil you know. You know what I mean? So, but basically, I feel like, I don't know. I think I would. I'd like to think I would, but I think last minute I'd be on the table and they're about to put me under. And I'd be like, no, I don't want this anymore.
Just give me the drugs.
Oh, jeez.
Give me a line or something. No. But like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just scary, bro, because it's like uncharted territories.
It makes me laugh about people that are like, oh, I don't want to do this surgery, like the vaccine or something like that, but then they're happy to take a blue Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Tell me what's in that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Don't put that chip in my brain. Oh, sick Eckies. They're fucking great.
Yeah, but they were doing that shit in the 70s. They were doing that shit, like, you know, the 80s was coke and fucking tabs and everything. And I don't know, at least drugs has always been a part of generations, but it's just a matter of what drug, right?
Yes.
And most of them, like anything, in moderation, I think you'll be fine. A lot have fallen victim to death because they just can't control themselves. But at least you know that drugs are a thing. If you have knowledge on it, maybe you can make your own decision to take them or whatever you want to do, or not take them. But with this shit,
there's no way
you can't give me a document about the Neuralink and be expected for me to be like, understand every single word in that document and be like, oh, yep, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into here.
It's like
who can you talk to?
You've never read terms and conditions before in your life, have you? So
if you have something,
actually, I have.
Fucking nerd.
Mitty reads all the TNCs.
I don't read all of them. I read some of them. There's in the Apple one, there's like, you cannot use this as a nuclear device.
Mitty's watched too much South Park. You know, the episode where he doesn't click it and turns into a human centipede.
Bro, South Park would never get old. Anyway, that's
Oh my god.
No, but all that shit's fucking mad and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It just scares me a bit, the technology and shit of things.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the day I start seeing people with fucking Oculus dicks on their faces at St. Clair shops is the day that I'm going to be like, whoa.
Bro, why do you think people at St. Clair are going to have the money for that?
Yeah, we'll make our own.
You're more like walking around Bondi Junction.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
That's the thing that everyone doesn't realize also. This is the first generation of this stuff.
That's why it's very bare bones.
So, does anyone remember the first generation of the iPad? It was absolutely dog shit.
It was rubbish.
It was thick. It didn't have a rear camera or a front camera. It was rubbish. But does anyone remember the second generation? Do you know how long that lasted in like everything? That was 11-year run of an iPad.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Yeah, right.
So they supported the iPad 2 for 11 or 12 years.
That's huge.
Like I started with the iPad 2 when I was in year 7. By the time I got out of year 12, that was still supported, and I worked IT for another 3 years, and it was still supported.
And he still takes it in the shower to jack off too.
Oh, they haven't disabled the internet browser on it.
Waterproof.
Yeah, right.
Hey, the OtterBox cases work, the LifeProof cases work well.
The waterproof cases are great, guys, by the way. Yeah, right. Okay.
And he does clean his feet while he's doing it.
Oh, yeah, just quickly, do you wash the bottom of your feet in the shower?
I don't.
And I was with you for 27 years of my life. I
wash my body.
Yeah.
But bottom of feet, it's just
your feet are on your body, but the thing is, feet are just like to stand on and shit, right? And you're like, what? It's like you're like, but and I'm just like, oh yeah, no one's seeing your feet; they're in your shoes. But then, because I'm a tradie and stuff, I probably need that the most because if
Yes.
I'm working a cushiony job where I'm just sedentary office worker, fair enough. Even then, scrub them a little. But I get in there now and I'm bending over like full getting in there, like getting in between my talons and shit.
So I'll wash my feet when they are dirty. So when I'm working on cars and stuff, when oil and stuff gets on them, or like dirt and stuff.
Are you working your bare feet?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, when I'm working on cars at home and stuff.
Oh, at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will definitely scrub my feet and stuff like that. But when I'm not,
So it takes you working on a car to wash your feet.
or like walking out on grass and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, of
when
course,
I
of
go
course.
touch grass.
So you just got your feet off, like rubbing your toes in between the grass.
Yeah.
So better
Once a
shower,
year.
Better shower question. Between you cleaning, do you have a bat?
No. That shit. That's just too messy. That's just too
That's the whole
messy.
point of it. It cleans itself.
No.
Blow a load on your feet. Forget to wash them.
Oh, I was about to bring this up.
And then go to and you forget to wash your feet.
It's stuck.
And then you try and like you sit up there out of
You're
bed.
like, why does my toe feel like a fucking burnt piece of
Two
toast?
toes are like this. They're just stuck together like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cooked. Your foot looks like a glazed donut.
This episode of the Firecast is sponsored by Semen.
No, but it's I don't know. It's just, certain people have different fucking little rituals and showers. I think it's funny, like what people get up to in there. But I feel like
It also depends on the shower you have. Because I've just had a bathroom renovation recently.
Fucking different showers are there?
No. Okay,
They
so
fall from the ceiling, bros.
hey, you got a shower that like you got your hose too on the shower and stuff. There's different
Yeah,
types
yeah.
of showers,
Yeah.
and the size of the shower depends on what you can do in it too.
Yeah.
So I went from a really small, like 800 by 800 shower, which I couldn't open my arm
Oh,
to get up. So I'm like showering like
Yeah,
this and
yeah.
stuff. Now I've
right.
got a shower that's wide enough that I can actually
you can do
spread my
backflips
arm-
and shit. Yeah.
Pretty much. Like I can lay down head to toe in
So
the
much
shower
room for aerobics.
if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But it changes how you can wash yourself. People don't realize that. So all those routines and stuff that you get could also be dependent on the location of the shower that you have.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's definitely some, especially in Europe. All they had in Europe was the ones that the nozzle that you take off.
Yep.
And a lot of them were fucked and they didn't sit
Sure
in the
that
hole.
wasn't the bidet, bros?
Yeah. I was showering in the bidet.
Standing in the bidet trying to wash.
They're so
Just
chat.
over the toilet,
Yeah,
just-
you have to hold it as well, and it's so chat and like small and fucked.
Yeah, they're all fucked there. The water pressure sucked.
Yeah.
Especially in Greece.
Oh, bro. That's a whole.
Talk about a nukeable country, bro.
That's fucked. Yeah, that's
North
a,
Korea, there's your test country.
That's a whole nother bloody fucking.
I'll press the red
conversation,
button,
bro.
bros.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get into this tangent, can I discuss something with you real quick? I seen it on Netflix, right? I seen it come up on Netflix, but haven't watched it yet. Tori was telling me about this story because we're talking about the Vince McMahon thing, like we're talking about last week.
Yep.
But then from that, because I was just saying how the justice system everywhere is kind of rubbish, but especially in America, if you got money and shit, it's like you can get off easy. Like Vince he might get done with rape, but more than likely he'll just pay her a lump sum, whatever. But off that, Tori was telling me that's on Netflix. It's called American Nightmare, and it's about this old U.S. Marine, right? He ended up because he was like experienced and he knew how to obviously like do his thing. He came prepared, and this random couple in the suburbs somewhere in America, they woke up in the middle of the night.
Sorry. I was trying
50 to unit.
I was trying to edit the Instagram story of us, but I've got everything.
Why don't you turn it
muted.
down on the roadcaster?
Oh yeah.
Continue, Joey. Sorry about that. Sorry for
That's all right.
sorry,
Just don't let it happen again.
You rude.
I was trying to do some marketing, but I didn't realize it was.
But
Okay, yeah,
and then he this American couple like laying in bed, they woke up in the middle of the night and they see like they see a couple of silhouettes standing around their bed. And then this one guy who ended up being a US Marine was holding a gun to them, and they seen a laser on him, and they were like, "Holy shit!" Whatever. Just like kind of like was before they even got the chance to wake up. He's told the missus to tie up the husband, so she's tied up the husband, right, and like had like feet and hands and everything, and then he's done the same to her, but kidnapped her, right?
Oh.
And then took her, but basically wanted ransom money for this woman, and I don't know, it might be around. Oh, it doesn't seem right, the figure, but I'm pretty sure on memory, it might be wrong, like 20K or something, right? Straight off the bat for his wife back. And he had to, apparently, they weren't rich or anything, so he had to get out a loan and everything. Like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
20K, you can have her.
No, okay, you got to think about it.
You can have it for a six-pack.
There's an easier way to get 20K, right? Surely.
No.
Zinger box.
The reason why they pick 20K is what's that person able to get out as a loan, as a mortgage, if they're not well off.
That's what I
20K
mean.
may
Well,
be
in
the
Aus-
only
in
thing that-
Aus-
so
in
if
Australia-
you're asking for 20K,
Yeah.
In Australia, it'd have to be 10K because that's the most you can pretty much take out without them going, oh,
Yeah,
give
right.
me money.
So anyway, this guy did this to these people, not like knowing nothing about their financial situation.
Yeah.
He ended up going. All right, trying to get that money. Goes to give him the money, and then a few days later, you hold on to her for a few days. He ends up just letting her go, right?
Yeah.
And then he went to the police within that time period that she was gone, and they thought he did it because a lot of the times they do look at the partner as the guilty one. So apparently the police in America, wherever they were hailing from, they did a shit job at the investigation. Or they didn't even really, wouldn't even call it investigation, and basically said like, you did it, implied he did it, like where the fuck is she, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Was kind of like, and then when she came back, they took that as he definitely done it, and they were in it together, and they were trying to get money. It's like, what do you mean get money? It's like, we weren't profiting. I was going to take out 20K to get her back. And then because this US Marine decided to have a conscience after a little while of having her, and then felt bad and released her. But within that time, he raped her and stuff.
No.
And then he did it multiple times because the first time he was trying to like make it seem like she was into it because
yeah, they can do a test.
they can do a test. Yeah, so he was trying to be like, oh no, that's not good. You got to pretend, like fake more that you're enjoying it, right? Then eventually got kind of built up a conscience or whatever and let her go. And then for ages they were slammed in the media. They were slammed online saying, you know, how could you do this? Blah blah. Disgusting. This like you're a fraud. Whatever.
Yeah.
This same Marine guy who got off scot-free, didn't get caught. Another county, right? He was in another county. You know how different departments only take after certain, like, you know, within the area?
Yeah, city limits.
This girl, I think a girl cop in this area heard about, like, there was a case going on there. A girl went missing. Similar situation happened, right?
Yeah.
But they arrested him there because they realized that, like, bro, this has happened before. And then they realized that, like, they dragged their name through the mud, right? This couple, like, in this county. So now they're suing them for, I don't know if they're suing them, but they're trying to get them for defamation or something because when you drag someone's name through the mud and it's false, you can get in a lot of shit.
Yeah, so if you slander someone and then it turns out to be false or slander rather than truth, that is defamation lawsuit in the making. That's why when the Johnny Depp case and everything, because something was said that wasn't truthful, you can get away with saying anything that's truthful, even if it's not politically correct or anything. But once you truth. Ding ding ding. So once it's not truthful, he's just sitting here with a heart on.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Don't mind me, bros.
Once you get into opinion and non-fact, that's stuff that you can go for defamation for because it is not the truth.
Yeah. And they were so confused.
Did he get caught? Or?
He got caught because they ended up arresting him because the girl in the other county. So because the guy, this is what happened in the other county, right? So the other guy in this other county that he ended up getting caught in, the husband actually fought back. And mind you, these figures, these silhouettes that were with him, they will blow up dolls. I swear to God, no, this is fact. It's on Netflix. They will blow up dolls. So he came one out, but because he wanted to create an intimidating room and he didn't have anyone to do it with. And the gun was a fake toy gun with a laser. I'm not making this up. So the first guy they tied him up. She tied him up, the wife, thinking this is a real gun. This is like a group of people. Really, it was one guy who set up a few mannequins in the corner so they can just see dark silhouettes. Fake laser gun. It was a fake.
Yep.
Then in the other county, the husband actually fought back. The husband woke up straight away. Fuck this! Fought the guy before she could tie him up because he was gonna make the wife tie this guy up again. This guy was an older dude as well. Ended up getting him fisticuffs with him.
Yep.
He got stabbed. So the husband got stabbed but survived.
Yeah.
But then he ended up getting caught. So and this is how they caught him. Ready? They went to his mum's house, right? This US Marine, and this old mum had no idea what he was up to. And they go, "Oh, have you seen your son?" He goes, "Oh, he's at this holiday house in wherever it was."
Oh, no.
And then they just met him there and then arrested him. So because the mum was just obviously not knowing what the fuck he's doing, and he was just like, "What a shit." Like, there's levels to every game in life. And the criminal life does not suit this guy. He's a US Marine, so you'd think he'd be a bit more like the Punisher or something, where it's just like, you know, the US Marine, it's like they're supposed to be like Jason Statham's. Everyone's full.
Yeah,
nose.
the English dude.
They cross their they cross their T's, they dot their I's, they do everything perfect. This guy's rocking up to a abduction with 3 mannequins or blow up dolls and a fake laser gun, and he got away with the first one, and he had a lapse in judgment. He goes, "Oh, I might have done the wrong thing here." After raping this woman.
Done it again.
Dropped her back and then trying to do it again. And then the husband fought back. And then the justice system, the reason I bring this up is just another, it's another story. It's another story to be like, the justice system is just so weak, bro. Like, especially in America. Like, the cops didn't even try to, the first couple I'm talking about, didn't even try to be like, oh, like, you know, because they were confused. Why would a person that abducted someone, why would they give them back a few days later? But then it's like, why would the guy get a loan out of his own money to pay
his wife
a ransom
for an abduction that he committed on his own wife?
Yeah, but shit like that, wouldn't the cops or the investigator, whoever's in charge of the investigation, be like, this doesn't add up?
Why didn't you go to the cops straight away?
I can tell you why the cops didn't look at it properly.
I think he did go to the cops.
I can tell you why the cops were like, "Oh, Tim, it was 3:30 on a Friday."
Yeah, probably.
I think
this guy's it.
Bros.
Yeah,
we're going to the dive bar. Okay?
Yeah, I think he did go to the cops, but then while he was freaking out, within that time, as they were kind of trying to investigate, but they were like sus on him. A few days later, she got returned, and then they're like, "Well, he's clearly tried. Like, she was fine. The fuck." Like, so then it went to all fingers pointed at this poor dude, and then this couple apparently was getting fucking drilled in like the media, this and that, saying they faked it, whatever. But yeah, I don't know, bro.
That's wild. That's fucking
That is
wild.
wild. I'll have to check that out, actually.
First of all, if I got woken up in the middle of the night to some dude with a bunch of blow-up dolls trying to get my missus to tie me to the bed, I don't give a fuck how many of them there were. I'm taking someone with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and let her tie me for one. I do the tying, okay? Fuck that.
Righto, boss.
That was very central. I do the tying.
No, I do the tying.
You know what I would do? This is how fucking funny it would be. It'd wake me up and be like, it's not 6.
Yeah. Leave me the fuck alone. Fuck off. In my head, I feel like I'd be like Liam Neeson. I'd wake up and be like, where is she? No, that's Batman. That's Batman. I was thinking like Liam Neeson when he calls that guy and it's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I do have a particular set of skills.
You know what I thought of? You'd be like, these are not the droids you're looking for. Bro, fuck, wrong Liam Neeson. Shit.
If I watched a movie, put it this way, if I watched a movie and that was the movie and the vigilante done shit like that, like got blow up dolls in there and had a fake gun, I'd turn it off straight away.
I wonder if they're blow up dolls like actual sex ones, so they just got like boners standing there as well. They just got blow up dolls with boners
all
on
the
the wall.
assailants had hard-ons.
But you know what doesn't make sense, right? He's got his gun, right? He's pointed to him. Husband's tied up. He's sitting there. He takes his wife out and probably goes, are they going to fucking leave with him? All the dudes come back and picked up his fucking dolls. And he's going, this is a fucking ruse, man.
This is fucking weird.
Bullshit. Yeah. And it's like, why haven't the other 3 guys moved in 20 minutes? And why are their hands like this?
Why are they so fucking shocked for?
But you know how when you wake up and this is pitch black, right? All you can see is a laser. So Tori was saying to me, because I said, I'd fucking fuck him up. And Tori's like, you wouldn't. And
you would scream.
And I'm like, nah, but like, what do you mean? And Tori's like, yeah, but think about this. Imagine in the middle of the night, there's no time to go, what's happening? You wake up, there's a laser, there's a guy that's actually moving, the US Marine, going, hey, like go and do this, do that. You're looking around, you're seeing just the shape of heads in the darkness. Yeah. So I guess you don't have time to break down and go, all right, wait, like this is happening. I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's hard.
Maybe you do.
But the other night, I thought I would, get up and step up and be a man. But the other night, it was so funny. I sleep on the side closest to the door, the bedroom door, and I rolled over away from Tori, and Tori had got up, but I didn't know she got up. It was like quiet as, and it wasn't even like we just turned off the lights to go to sleep, but she forgot something outside. She got up quietly and she opened the door, and I went like this. I was facing it, and I went, oh, and I thought someone was coming in, but I didn't move. I just went, oh, and then she's like, what? I was like, oh, I thought there was an intruder. She goes, if there was an intruder, you didn't even move. I'm like, I moved my head. I just want to see what I want to see what the threat is. You know what I mean? But I didn't move a muscle, bro. Only in my head. Like, and I think there'd be a time where I'd just freeze and be like, don't take Tori, don't
Take her, not me.
go chase in
waterfalls.
waterfalls.
You know those times where you go to gigs and you're like, wow, the band is as good as I hear them on Spotify.
Yeah.
This is fucking great hearing you talk.
No, fucking hell,
You get
man.
so into it. It's so fucking
Bro.
good. I've pissed myself for 20 minutes now, bro.
One of the best things that I've done with my room is made it a smart room. So I've got lights on my desk, my bed and everything. So if that ever happens, hey Siri, lights on.
Yeah, but what if you muffle?
Hey,
What if,
Siri,
what if his duct tapes him out? You're like,
And it turns out to be the fucking dominatrix setting. And all the,
he's got a gag in his mouth. Hey Alexa,
Intruder
hey,
gets
dim
fucking-
the lights.
the intruder gets a prostate
Triggered
exam.
someone's Alexa, you know that, right?
Dim the lights. Play Boys to Men. End of the road.
Hey, how about we try this one?
Alexa, play Despacito.
Hey Siri, search big black man penis.
Well, that's on Netflix.
Oh,
That's on Netflix. It's called American Nightmare, and a little bit of those details might be wrong, as in like the amount of
That's
money.
fine.
But like all I know is like the guy clearly didn't do his research. Like at least do a medium profile person and like with a lot of with some money. But imagine like. You'd be spewing. I get your Mrs. Safety is number one, right? But you can't tell
Is
me.
it?
Now get this, ready? Because in the movies, he'd be like, the guy would pay the 20 grand, and they do the exchange, and he embraces his wife. They share a long kiss, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just so glad you're okay." At what point, when they're driving home, is the guy the guy's going, 20K.
Yeah.
That's 20 for what, bro? A guy with some fucking blow up dolls and a fake laser gun.
She hasn't put out in 3 months.
Yeah. but it's just like, at what point are you like, that's 20K, bro? 20K for a fake fucking.
You know the worst thing is I'd go up
But
there.
the rape wasn't fake, so he kind of fucking. He is still a fucking creep, and he looks like
that's Joey's line. The rape was real. He's still a creep.
Well,
not
he's
the
still a
abduction.
creep. Yeah,
Not
just
the
the
whole
rape.
idea.
I mean,
the rape.
Yeah. It's, I'd be like, because oh man, that's heavy. And the guy's like, he looks like a creep. You see him, and you're like, he definitely has blow up dolls with him on standby and a fake laser gun, and he fucking does that shit to women.
That's the class act. Oh my god.
That is a story and a half.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. How do you do a podcast with this bloke, man?
Honestly, bro, I just let him go.
It writes itself. You don't need fucking segments.
No,
you
you
just
just
need
gotta-
to get into that. You had this little kid face on, and it's like you could just get Joey that little mood, and it's like, don't worry about segments. Just have Joey.
Bro, do you know how many times we've rocked up and all three of us just go, fuck, none of us have any dot points on nothing, and they end up being like our longest ones ever.
Yeah, like we
every
look down.
time.
We looked on. How long are we in? It's an hour and 45, and we're like,
Yeah,
fuck.
we're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Can I do something before we end? 'Cause
Yeah,
this is what
bring some stuff up if you two have anything
we
to
actually
close
spoke
on.
about this. So we thought of this podcast. We decided that the afternoon detention, this new reboot. We want to do more as a collaboration wise, right? This doesn't mean like, oh, every month put us on your fucking podcast. But we were thinking maybe we should be included with, like, we should make like a sideman sort of shit for YouTube. I just want to run your thoughts on that. So even this
That's a
shit
good
like
idea.
that's where we go like Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Even if it's as small as we do a crossbar fucking challenge. Or
That's a good idea.
He plays golf. We'll play golf and shit like that.
That's a great idea.
Because I just want to work
I've
more
played
as
golf
a,
for ages, but
I just want to work more as a group. I don't want to be just we're the TJM second podcast. I want to do shit as us.
No, that's a great. So me and DZ have been talking about this for a while. We need. Obviously, what I really anal about is I want to upgrade that thing.
Oh yeah.
So we
makes
need
sense.
decent camera, and then we just need field mics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clip on?
You need to have that.
We've got one.
Well, we can test one.
Yeah. And then we just go have a nine hole or
What
a,
camera is that, by the way?
I've got no idea, but it's not the best.
But that's the point. We're happy to do our part if we get our marks or whatever. We want to fucking be able to do this together and go into a way that we can create more of us together.
Clapping cheeks.
No, I think it's a great idea. I love it. I 100% agree. Golf videos, fucking crossbar challenges.
Because we all do soccer. He
Yes.
doesn't, but it'd be funny watching him. He can even sit in goals. I've got goals for him.
I'm happy to go goalie.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I feel like as like used with the music, I feel like we miss a lot in the fact that we work in each other so much, like together with like, and we communicate so much. Like it's pretty much like a brother podcast to each other.
Yes.
We should be fucking running shit together.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
It'd be sharing
Yeah.
the followers and also just be like creating a new thing.
Yeah.
And even if that becomes the upper bit of the platform.
Yeah.
And
I agree. We just need, honestly, any ideas, brainstorm, send them to each other, brainstorm. We need the fucking, even just to start with the first one, we don't need to upgrade that straight away because 4K cameras cost a shit ton.
That's
Hey,
why
just
my
need
first.
that- is that
mics.
1080p?
That's what,
Yes.
Just leave it at 1080p. It's not going to affect quality for
Yeah,
a
but I
while.
love 4K, bro. How
Oh,
good
no,
do
no,
those
no,
videos
no,
look,
okay.
man? They're just nice and crispy.
I've learnt by mistake from that.
Yeah?
Do not
Well, I've-
go to 4K.
I've thought hold on.
Jason.
yeah,
knows-
don't go forward. But anyway, before we talk nerdy, I've got one that will get Joey excited.
Yep.
Let's live stream the fucking Elimination Chamber.
Bro, I'm actually like, I'm legit. I was going to watch Elimination Chamber.
Let's
legit.
all get together. Even come here at my place or whatever. Let's fucking live stream the Elimination Chamber. So obviously we can't stream that, but we'll fucking commentate
Stream
what's
our
going on.
reactions
Oh,
to
like
it.
the
What? And we
reactions.
just fucking drink and do that.
Oh, yeah,
Bro,
okay.
I'll be down. I'll be down.
That's a good
I
idea.
was going to watch that shit anyway, to be honest.
That's what I mean. Let's fucking watch it all together.
That's a good
I'm
idea.
down for watching the show.
And we can even like pick out. We can even put like a little bet on like who we think. I'm obviously taking Grayson Wallace, so suck it.
Yeah. No, I
you
don't
know
know.
what I mean?
I feel like my mate does the sports bet and he does that shit, but they banned him. Didn't ban him.
Banned him.
You can only bet. He can only bet.
account.
He can only bet a $2.50 max on a. Oh no, sorry. You can only bet $250, I think, max, because he watches wrestling like that often, where he picks them 99.2% of the
Shit.
time.
Yeah.
So he's got the wrestling bets paid for his PS5, and he's still got $700 remaining on that. So he got close to 2K over like a long time.
Yeah.
It was like 9 months,
Little bit
2K,
here,
but for
little bit
doing nothing, and he'd bet on the favorites, bro, and like all the time.
The idea of like, even if we do that coming up, right? So all we're going to lay out, right? We can even just lay the mics across the table. And I think we
and
can
we just
pick it
sit
up.
there,
Just
yeah.
pick up the levels.
Hey, you could always
But we
just
could. The
run
thing
a
is as
condenser.
well, the other boys can join in on that. So the other TJM, we can all just fill the fucking lounge.
Yeah.
Right? And I reckon that would just even like as a good little start.
Yeah.
Because you've already got the setup to run a live or whatever. Everyone can buy their own pay-per-view because you're a fucking cheap cunts when you're not using ours.
Or just go find an illegal one.
But
We
it's
don't
us.
mind.
It's us all. It's the most easy setup of like us drinking. I'm thinking of stuff where it's like really simple, like even the crossbar challenge of like we go to the park. Fuck, you don't have to put any money out to go to the park.
Yeah, you just
I've got
go kick
I've got
balls.
soccer balls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We just go kick balls.
Yeah.
People, there's some of the Sidemen's biggest viewed videos
Yeah.
of them just hitting top bins or trying to hit top beams and they're fucking retarded and can't hit them.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
played soccer for ages, like 14 years.
Yeah, I can't kick a ball. That's the best thing. I play it now. I play it now and I can't kick.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're wearing a soccer jersey.
I can't kick a ball, but I can play it.
Yeah.
I'm all tackle.
Wait.
I'm all tackle.
He's defense.
That's so funny to say you can play soccer but can't kick a ball. The
Yeah,
whole
'cause
whole
one
game.
Scores, no one scores
is
against me,
spent.
or I kick clearances.
Ah, true.
He just
true.
knows how to head the ball.
Yeah, okay.
Kick it out, and take people out. That's all I do.
Out is his game.
Let
Yeah.
us know what you guys want to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Down
If it-
below, video ideas. We're ready to fucking roll. We're ready to film. We're ready to fucking.
Plus, another thing too, you got a second editor if you're doing videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Get back to the editing stuff. Do not go 4K unless you have basically a server or farm of hard drives.
Yeah,
The amount of
The
space.
storage, yeah.
So think about how much 1080p takes.
Yeah.
And
Nerds.
quadruple that size. It is ridiculous. And then you go
Yeah.
lossless formats. That gets even more ridiculous. I think when we were doing 4K for the 3 episodes that we did 4K in, I think it was 42 gigabytes. Of 4K.
Holy fuck, really?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
we burned an SD in like fucking 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I
Oh,
didn't
no, I
think
think
of
we
that.
did 2 64 gig SDs in an hour.
Yeah, right.
Like it is a ridiculous amount of
Oh, shit.
thing.
Okay.
And then we also, when we did it, we had the camera running 4K, the GoPro running 1080, and then the audio from the roadcaster. The audio was only about 600, 800 megabytes, maybe 1.2 gig when we did our stupid long episodes.
The uploads would be so long, man.
The upload,
Yeah, right.
so not necessarily just the editing of it is you got to have a beastly computer. You've got to have so much storage that is unheard of. Like you, either hard drives or SSDs if you want to actually edit off the hard drive, and then you've got to have the speed to upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah, I didn't think of that, to be honest, but yeah, okay.
Like,
it just looks so good, though. It looks so clean,
It is
though.
beautiful.
Oh,
but
God.
the only, like, for action sports and stuff like that, it's like even TV, like NRL, NFL and stuff, don't use 4K for the reason that it takes so much effort to transport to, what the hell?
I've just my card.
Yeah, okay.
It's a wheezing mouth.
Is that a Pokemon card?
Poke your mum card.
Poke your mum.
Sorry, we zoned out from the tech. Me and Joey
no, I
have been
figured
laughing
that.
at each other for like last 5 minutes.
That's good.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah,
things that
I
just be
didn't think
very,
of
very,
that.
very
Well,
careful
looks like
with that.
1080p it is, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hey, even if you go 2K, 1440p.
Oh, yeah.
If
That
you-
can work.
Yeah.
That can work.
It's a little bit higher. YouTube supports it, and it's one of those things where it's sort of in that grey, like
Yeah.
So,
area
so
where-
you guys doing once a week, yeah? Like still doing once a week
Yeah,
now?
still doing once a
mad,
week.
mad. As long as you keep that output up as well.
Well, I'm the one that got this to consistency because Iggy was like, bruh, we're plateauing. And I said, dude, because I listen to podcasts all the time. I'm like, dude, it fucking sucks that you do it once a month or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember the conversation. I was like, man, you're killing me. I love your podcast, but then it's random.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the reason
I think
that-
ever since we started
It's the
doing
best
the
thing
once
you've
a
done.
week.
It's the best thing you've done for the pod has been consistent.
Yeah, 100%. It shows too, because the numbers don't lie, man. So,
Yeah, fucking earth.
well, boys, should we wrap that up?
That's it, eh?
How long have we been going for?
I know.
Oh, shit. Okay. 2 hours, a few cuts in there.
Yeah.
No closing points you guys want to quickly end on?
So to find our podcast, right? Obviously,
Yes.
it will be on tripjacketmafia.com. Is that the...
Yeah, yep.
It's also, you can find we got one, the safebois.com.
Yep.
But also have the podcast Instagram, which is the Safe Boys Podcast. Our link trees are all in there.
Yep.
We do have a speak pipe as well.
Yep.
I am at the moment trying to get Iggy to roast me because I've been roasting the fuck out of him for the last 3 weeks.
Go check it out. It's quite
at the
hilarious.
moment, we're calling for people to roast me.
Yeah.
I think my page or my TikTok is both linked in there, so feel free to research and link roast the fuck out of me. But that's all in there. DM us. We answer all questions and shit. But yeah, you can find us at the moment on all audio platforms. We're pretty much on everything that you can get a podcast. And you can find our old videos on YouTube.
Yeah. The only thing we're not on at the moment is YouTube because we haven't uploaded there.
Yeah, we're not doing videos at the moment, but
Yep.
I think the YouTube's the Safe Boys podcast as well.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah, nice, boys. Well, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah,
It's been
boys,
a blast,
Thanks for
eh?
having us.
Okay.
As always, it's a fucking absolute pleasure, boys. Straight up pleasure.
Thank you
Honestly,
for having us on.
so fun as always. Episode 95. You're going to be seeing us together way more fucking often, guys. Thank you very much, boys.
Meow, 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 meow.